All right. Hello, everyone. We have a celebrity gracing us today. Evan will be played by the one and only 40 under 40 media luminary Griffin McElroy with us. So apologies for the technical difficulties. We had to find, it wasn't easy to find a replacement Evan at the last second, but we did it. I saw this and I was like, no, this is perfect. So, all right. So, in all seriousness, though, welcome to Girl by Moonlight, Better Stars, Free for the Love from Our Hearts. I am your host and GM, Mikey, aka Quantum Dot. You can find me on my Twitch channel here, where I stream a lot of Girl by Moonlight and also sometimes prep and game design when I'm not feeling like garbage like I was last week. So this is Girl by Moonlight, a magical girl hack of Blades in the Dark by Andrew Gillis, Commuting Crow on Twitter, Actual Factual on Twitch, and joining me today are some friends. Charlie. You can if you want to. I'm not going to force you. You look fine. It's good nonsense. And did you do anything interesting this week, Charlie? I say as if I don't talk to you normally. Oh no! Okay, let me fix the mic situation. Did I not? Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I didn't unmute. I'm sorry. Would you? I'm sorry, Charlie. Would you like to do that again?
That's okay.
We're doing a one-man show. For
one man. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. My name's Charlie. Genetic Ghost on Twitter. That's where you want to look at my stuff. That's it. I don't know. I posted a lot of weird pictures of Cable this week. That's all I did. Because that happened. That was exciting in my life. We saw pictures of Cable from the new Deadpool movie, and it was actually pretty all right.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, I know it wasn't this week, but
oh yeah,
Domino, yeah.
Sorry, I blacked out after I got good news, and then the rest of the week was just like pretty poor.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that happened. That's what I tweeted about, and that's what I continually will probably be tweeting about for like ever. So.
Yes, yesterday was a lot of dodging landmines of like actual news, and
exactly
a lot of seeing that the Otakon Artist Alley was flooded, and feeling really sorry for people, but also laughing at just the pure ridiculousness of the occurrences, because there were some really good takes, such as, "Hey, it's your girl Katie. I have a rainstorm inside 2 feet from me, and the Water Nation attacked."
Yeah, that was a thing that happened yesterday, but nobody that I really know got affected by it. But it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. But that's it. There's nothing going on with me right now aside from summer ending, I guess.
California Dreamin'. Can't play that song.
Days.
I can't play that song, or I will get a copyright strike for sure. And I'd rather not have my VODs muted. Casey.
Yeah. I am an actual dinosaur on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. I'm Friendly Truffle on shit. I just punched my mic. I'm Friendly Truffle on Twitch, and I don't do any streaming. I just kind of like hang around, like lurk around the Waypoint people mostly. Last week I literally landed in a plane from Chicago last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so yeah, that was wild, but we're back, and it was we did not hear about any of the news until like we were not like checking Twitter, like much of anything. It was just like once a day we would hear one of the many statements regarding certain nuclear wars.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then and then we just catch up on the news in the airport, and we're like, holy crap, what did we miss so much? But
I did you though? Like,
Yeah, like you think you're better for it, friend.
oh yeah, no, not checking news on vacation, definitely a good idea, especially in current times, but would recommend.
Would recommend, yes.
So yeah.
yeah. Even like I was GMing all day yesterday and I was just like, I'm not even going to look at the news cuz I'm busy. And also like I think it's not like wrong to just be like I can't engage with this. Like mentally I am not able to do that. Like I don't think there's any shame in it at all cuz
No.
like you can't it, especially with like a 24-hour news cycle, like your mental health comes first, and I'm just like not in a place where I can engage with that in a healthy manner right now. Oh, thank you for the host, Nath. I really appreciate it. So yeah. Excuse me. Evan, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm Evan, Griffin McElroy on Twitch. I'm Guns and Blazes on Twitch, and at it's _ Guns and Blazes on Twitter. Yeah, I haven't been up to much. Just working. Working a lot. I worked Friday. Worked 10 hours, 10, 12 hours Friday, and 10, 12 hours yesterday. And I go into work again tonight, which is a lot, but you know, it's all right because I'll be able to start streaming soon because I'll be able to afford faster internet.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, so that's all I've been up to pretty much is yeah, working and that's pretty much it.
Sounds like me too. So I'm glad that everybody could make it.
School as well, I guess, but like that's less important, I guess.
It's important as you make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really like the schools, man. I have because it's 5.5 hours of lecture classes.
Oh
Ugh.
no.
Like 5.5 hours, just one go, just one 5.5 hour lecture, and it's the worst.
That sounds rough.
I don't remember, like I remember the first 30, 45 minutes, and then I'm gone.
You just black out.
Yeah, I don't remember anything of it, and I have that class twice a week. So
Oh boy.
yeah.
Rip.
No.
Yeah. You made some awesome pretzels this week though.
I did make some pretzels.
Were they
I
made-
saw
tasty?
your pretzels.
I made a lot of pretzels.
Were they good? Because they looked really good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. The mini loaf ones could have been better. But that was mostly just me like playing around with braiding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, you know what looks really cool? Braided bread. Let's try that. And so I did that. And that was the result. But
It's
yeah,
real good.
yeah, I made a ton of pretzels. Like a lot. A ridiculous amount.
So how you get better at making stuff, you just continually do it.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things where I was like, you know what? I want pretzels. I know other people are gonna eat some if I make them, and so I just made like ridiculous amounts, crazy amounts. I used like a whole 5-pound bag of flour.
Oh
my
wow.
goodness.
Yeah, but it was fine. And then like I ate a bunch of it and went into like a food coma. But it was great.
It was good. That's always the best. Pretzels are really good, and soft pretzels. soft pretzels are the only kind of pretzels. Let's be real here. But no, good. They looked good. Mikey showed me your pretzels. I was excited to see them.
I made crunchy ones as well. I like
sweet.
small crunchy ones. Yeah.
Wow, that's super. Man, pretzels are like a different kind of sorcery for me. I'm like, I just want this pretzel, and I don't necessarily know how to make it, but you know.
Yeah. It's not too bad. It only took me like an hour to make all of them. So
there you go. This has been your pretzel infomercial for today.
Yeah, Blue Apron.
Yeah.
Better way to cook.
Perfect.
A better way to cook.
My mic keeps saying that it's red, and that's terrifying. So if there's bad audio shit, please let me know. Stream. I can't also figure out how to add commands on the chat. I'll get that figured out at some point, I guess. So I need to figure it out. It was saying that it was AdCom on Phantom. I use PhantomBot, and it was saying that was
okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if it needs to be. Hold on, let me try one thing just because I'm like, and then we can get like properly started.
Okay.
Let me see if I bracket it, if that works. That did not appear to do it. Oh well, I'll get it sorted out at some point. Now that I've said the same information that was supposed to be a joke 3 times, which probably makes it not a joke anymore, but it's fine.
I mean, what's Twitch chat if you don't repeat a joke until it's no longer funny, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's added now though, I suppose. So
Nice.
Yeah, this week I had something exciting to talk about, and now, I got my tickets for TwitchCon, so that is a go.
Yay! Awesome.
Yay.
Congratulations.
My friend Mad Pro TV and I are going to go together. So unfortunately we couldn't get like on the same flight, but they're soon enough so we can commute like to and from because we're flying into LAX, which is cheaper than Long Beach because I guess Long Beach is a smaller airport. So we're gonna like fly in there and shuttle together, and it's really nice because like I'm pretty sure like we're the kind of people that if we just get too overwhelmed, we can just like ditch on all the other stuff that's happening. So I don't have to feel like compelled to do a thing that I don't want to do. So that's good.
Which is always the best.
Yeah, like the worst part about cons for me actually is like feeling like I'm forced to go a place just because like someone else wants to do something and like hang around after like I don't have any more energy anymore. So
no, that's something you got to learn about yourself. But
yeah,
no, if you got someone who's not going to get all up in arms that you want to like go or leave, then that's the best.
That's the most important part of the con experience at this point in my life is like
knowing when you should stop.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
So yeah, I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited to like I'm super excited to go to some of Adam's panels. He has some really good ones, including mental health and role playing and the gayest panel at TwitchCon, both of which I'm very excited for, as well as like just to meet people. It's gonna be weird and amazing, and I haven't been to like a con where I could like meet people that I haven't met before in a long time. So I don't think I'm gonna bring any role-playing books for anyone to sign because I think that's just an endeavor that I don't want to engage in. And I don't like, yeah. So
try best that way.
Yeah. So you might see me on a camera at some point. You probably won't though, unless I ask a question at a panel, which I probably will because I'm that kind of person actually. But yeah. So I'm excited for that. That's in the end of October. So
good luck.
Yeah.
Hope you have fun.
I hope so too. I just hope it's not like that it all goes smoothly, because like that's also, this fall is going to be a lot packed in together, because I'm going to the Bam Bam show and then I have a release at work. So that's going to be like working all weekend. So that's like the last weekend in October. Oh crap, I just remembered I need to actually check in a thing with Nath. I need to figure out what release weekend is so we can talk about secret plans. But yeah, and then Halloween's, and then
Everyone's favorite holiday.
yeah. And then, well, technically TwitchCon comes before Halloween's, but as everyone actually knows, Halloween is actually the entire month of October, starting from midnight October 1st until midnight October 31st. That's how October works. So yeah. So let's get into the role playing.
Yee.
I'm gonna switch us over. Halloween. That just no.
I have an English degree. Just trust me.
Okay, I don't trust you. So let's not look at my map that I just threw together in 5 seconds. Let's actually look at so we started off last week with I have Dallas and Stacy at 5 stress and Aaron at 4 stress.
Yes.
So what happened last week is everyone had a really bad so we start with obligation. So that part has actually already been done, which is like how much stress you get at the beginning of the mission. So if folks are familiar with Vanilla Blades, it's kind of like Vice, except rather than being spoopy criminals that have to engage in something to feel normal, stress comes from like normal life, because what could be more real than that? So what happened was there was a big coffee explosion at the Starbucks that's at the library. Yes, there's a Starbucks at the library. It's a capitalist hellscape. And so
Real life.
there's a big coffee spilled everywhere. Yeah, there was coffee all over the library. Charlie's character Dallas desperately tried to save the floor and the rest of the library with...
He didn't desperately try to do anything. He threw napkins on that shit.
Okay, fair. I was going to amend myself, but you did it for me. And then Evan's character Stacy tried to save all the books, and that may or may not be a lost cause because there was coffee all over the books. Aaron was harassed by Margaret with a clipboard. So Aaron is Casey's character. Aaron is a soccer player who's supposed to be mentoring children, or baseball player, excuse me, who's supposed to be mentoring children, but kind of like skipped out on that. And so was asked to pre-plan her hours on this like time card for scholarship, and it was very awkward.
Seems like some blackmail shit right there.
Yeah, it was not good. So yeah, that was
We did leave off. There was some snooping around with a man in a suit and business cards.
Yeah, no, I was gonna I'm getting there. So we did our first downtime action. Aaron had pancakes with Stacy at the diner, at Speedy's diner. And that was good and fun. Dallas investigated people in the mall because he was extremely suspicious of just the mall in general. And saw some weird time bullshit that was causing people to be really grumpy and mad and get in fights. And Stacy did some snooping around, and they went back to the coffee shop and found buy, sell, buy, Derek Brinkman, real estate developer, who dropped his business card, and may or may not be an agent of the darkness, that Stacy may or may not tail. So that's where I have that we left off. So we're on.
sorry. We do know that Derek is wanting to bulldoze the library and put something
Turn
else
into
there.
condos.
Turn it into condos.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure out how to get rid of the library because the library is like the last bastion of goodness.
It's a beacon of hope.
Yes. So there is a map. I know this is really lumpy. I didn't have a chance to draw a lovely map for you all, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about it, but I do have something that I just drew in the last 5 seconds.
I'm excited to see it.
You have to switch over to it though, I think, because you're GMs. Do we have a mall?
I don't know how I
do have
do that.
them all.
Okay, so our town is called Shores End. So if you there's a little page icon at the top right of the page.
Mm-hmm.
So if you click on that and go to the one that's untitled, that I'm going to rename map right now. Not amp. That's not what I wanted.
Malls and
Yeah,
Malls End?
I think that's what it's gonna be. Nope, it's
Yeah.
amp. Okay, I'm tired of trying to fix it.
Damn.
So the town is Shores End, so I think the mall is Mall's End. Maybe not, but that's what we're gonna call it right now.
This is good, Mikey. This is some articulated map.
Listen, I had like five minutes, and I did what I could.
Thank you for the expenditure of your cartography skills.
You're very welcome. I'm actually very good at maps. I'm not very good
and
at Roll20, Roll20's map making tool. All right, so we got speedies. Let's have like the library. Oop, no, I didn't want. I didn't want a tic-tac-toe board down here. Actually, this is me fighting with Roll20. Actually, can I? No, I can't get rid of that. All right, I'm just gonna delete these spines one by one. All right.
Bye.
board by board.
Okay.
We're seeing the destruction of our town
In real time.
in real time. Exactly.
God. All right.
Dismantling this oppressive establishment. Board by
Aw,
board.
heck. All right.
Regional Public Library. That's nice.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's got one of those stickers on the flyer on the front that says it's like the top rated library in the nation.
Yeah.
Like all libraries have on them, even if it's not true.
I think we got a Shores and or
think
no,
that's-
these are just caves? Question mark?
No, that's Bluffview Drive-In.
Oh, right.
Just
Caves question mark.
There are caves question mark though. Here, let's put them up here. Caves?
Caves. Whenever you end something with a question mark, it always makes it like 10 times better.
Yeah, okay. I think that's all the locations that we have right now.
there's a like a ball field or like something like that I use to practice.
Oh,
but
right, yeah.
We don't need like a definite point for that.
Well, this is like, let's say Shores and no. What's like a fancy word for a high school?
Academy. Yeah.
Academy? Yeah.
Junior Academy.
Junior Academy.
Okay. Oh, no, you know what? I've got something better. Collegiate preparatory.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Preparatory.
Good thing we're fucking out of there.
Yeah. That's properly snobby, I think.
Was it just a regular high school when we graduated?
Probably.
Ooh, that's
Probably. So, all
I
right.
think maybe like a nearby like state college or something like bought it out, like a private college.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
Bought out our high school.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so second downtime action now that I've got this map up. So like it's helpful for me to so I remember like all the places that we've established, and when we make a new place, I'll just mark it down. So second downtime action. So available actions are get, put, no. So you can take a social link with someone. So do something that would help you achieve a better understand, like friendly things, like going out to the movies, or having a nice pancake together, or just having a good talk, which will help you have more social links to expend when you actually do your magical girl stuff later on. You can investigate the darkness, which I think you already did once. Yeah, Dallas did. Or you can work on a long-term project. So I think we're gonna start off with Aaron, Casey's character. Or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually, real quick, have a question if anybody remembers, because I marked down like I got 3 social links with somebody, but I forgot to write down who it was.
Aaron.
That was me.
It was Aaron. It was Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure it was. I just wanted to double check.
Both of you did investigate the darkness, and then I did social link.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot we had it in Roll20. I was about to pull up. Oh, we don't have the like book itself in Roll20.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I think you do have your playbook.
Yes.
As a map. Okay. Nath has come up with a very excellent name for this Gesundheit, for this academy, which is Ocean Beginnings Junior Collegiate Preparatory Center of Educational Excellence. Thank you, Nath, for being
the key. Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Better acronyms coming always.
Yes. Yeah. Zoom doesn't allow hotkey meeting, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you have an idea of what you want to do, Aaron?
So their social link, investigate the darkness, start a long-term project, right?
Right.
Okay. I think there are a couple of different things that it makes sense for Aaron to do at this point, and then there are things that okay. I don't actually know what I'm going to do. Can we come back around to me?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll think about it for a sec.
Okay. Dallas, do you have an idea of what you want to do?
I mean,
you could social link with someone.
That sounds something. That's like the part. That's like the point of this game. I feel like Dallas is just going like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, so it's okay.
I mean,
no,
maybe he wants.
That's good. He should. I think because his fated person is Aaron.
Yeah.
He should probably go have a chat.
Yeah. Probably. Have you told Aaron before that you came back from the future to save her?
Oh, I told, not explicitly that, although I've told both of them that I came back from the future.
Okay.
To accomplish a mission. Whether or not they believe me is a whole different story.
Oh, I forgot one thing. You did get Dallas drawn.
Oh,
and I don't know if you shared that with the group.
I put it on Twitter because my friend Dell drew Dallas after we had a conversation about him, and it was very good because I was having a hard time conceptualizing a little, so I like made like a mood board, and then I was like, okay, so we ended up getting a picture drawn. It's somewhere, Mikey. I don't know.
I found it.
You found it? Okay.
I will link the good art in Twitch.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It is very good.
Yeah. And then I realized he looks like 2 other characters that I also really like. And I was like, that was not necessary. That's it. He didn't mean to look like Tommy Shepard. I didn't really mean for that to happen. But but
he also puts his hair in a fishtail braid sometimes, so it's fine.
That's also true.
Like a mohawk fishtail braid. Because why not?
when he's not avoiding the darkness, and there's time to do your hair, I guess.
No, it's part of your magical transformation. It's fine.
That's also true.
But yeah. So you want to spend time with Stacy? You said.
Oh no, with Aaron because they're my
Okay.
favorite person.
Oh, right.
I should probably go chill.
Yeah. So how do you want to what do you want to do for your social link?
I better just sit creepily, like in the stands of the baseball diamond.
Oh my god. Do you show up with like some corn dogs or like popcorn?
Popcorn. It's always popcorn.
Excellent. And like a soda that you're sipping on noisily.
Well, I imagine I imagine because Erin is like not actually part of a team right now, or at least like it's like off season and she's like practicing.
Mm-hmm.
There's not actually like a concession stand nearby, and so like Dallas
bring
just
my
like,
own.
brought those things.
Yep.
Yeah, you, like, microwaved some popcorn at home and then like brought it to the field.
Amazing.
Yep, you're 100% correct about that. Yeah, and like it's mostly just to get her attention. To be like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
oh my god.
But I'm trying to remember or decide if I've given either of you the items that I brought back yet. Because we had like a small conversation about it, but we didn't flesh those items out, and I had a silly thought about them last week or so.
I think if everyone else is okay with it, I'm fine with like you not having done it yet.
I think it makes sense for Stacy to have theirs because Stacy can already transform like mechanically, and we need those to transform. So I think it makes sense if Stacy is like familiar with theirs, but
Yes.
It also makes sense if Erin is not familiar with hers.
What if Dallas keeps like trying to find a good time, and ironically, as a time traveler, he can't ever find a good time to give Erin hers. And this is so he's just forcing the opportunity at this point.
I got you this.
Yeah. So you show up in the stands at Aaron's baseball diamond, and Aaron Dallas is just there. Like he's doing the obnoxious like when the soda like starts like when it's at the very bottom and it's just making sucking noises.
No, I didn't bring like a soft drink cup.
Oh, okay.
I just brought like a can
of soda. So you're like,
you're still slurping it though? Like,
yeah,
you're,
more
like,
than
intentionally.
one. There's two. One may or may not be for you. Depends on how you play your cards.
Okay. I think Erin would kind of like continue practicing, but like look over like exhaustedly and then like continue practicing because she's like in her head she like needs to keep doing this, especially with Margaret like putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
And so and then like eventually I don't know how like baseball workouts or anything go, but like I imagine there's some kind of like cool down period where she like is gonna like sit on a bench nearby, that's like her normal plan, but then because Dallas is over in the stands, she like exhaustedly like walks over to the stands and then like climbs up and then or like around a fence or something like that and then like sits down.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, do you need something?
I mean, that depends. I mean, I kind of need a lot of things, but if you want to keep practicing, that's okay.
I'm taking a break. That was a weird way to put that. Are you okay?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that truthfully. If you don't want another weird answer. Weird answer.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be creepy or weird. And I know that's probably how this is coming off. But I brought you a soda if you want it.
Okay. Is the soda like sealed already? Is like
Yes,
safety? Okay. Okay.
No, I didn't open it.
Okay. Okay. thanks. Uh, Erin will like take it, but like not open it, like hang on to it because like she's planning on going back to working out. And like so she like has like a bottle of water or shit, what are they called? Like a water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Too, that she like has, and then she'll like take the soda and like set it down and then like grab her water bottle and like drink from the water bottle. So like are you okay? Like is everything okay? Like you and Stacey have been like really weird lately.
Uh, I'm sorry. I don't. Listen, there's not a good time to talk about what we need to talk about, and I don't want to freak you out or anything, but if you'd rather not do this here, I understand.
Is this about the dark people? The whatever conspiracy theory you two were going on about?
Oh, yes, and I need to. Okay, I need to stress to you that it's not a conspiracy theory. Please.
That's okay. 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 Okay.
It like I know that we've known each other for quite a while, and I know that this is a bad. It's just not ever a good time to talk about things like this. But I need you to just tell me if you see anything that's just out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Or tell me about anything that's happened that's out of the ordinary recently to you, around you.
I mean, my life has been really different since we left, but like I'll keep an eye out to see if I see anything. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I'll keep an eye out for weird things, and then I'll like text you or something.
I know this sounds like I'm writing some sort of like weird book or something, but it's really for everyone's best interest. And I know that you probably don't think so, but I am looking out for you. And that's also weird to say. I'm so sorry. This is so weird. You know what? I got this for you, and I think you should hang on to it. It might come in handy at some point in time. And then Dallas reaches into his pocket and like puts like this like weird keychain esque. It's like one of those it's like a key. It's like one of those keychains that's like that's like got like it's like got one of those touristy things written on it, like for the city, and he just like puts it next to her and like takes his bag.
Yeah, we talked about it being like the tchotchke from like the cave. Like
Yes.
I think there's like the actual caves, and then there's like probably, you know what? Is there a fucking mystery spot here?
Yes.
Okay. It's
Yes.
a tchotchke from the mystery spot.
Is this just turning into like Gravity Falls?
Yes.
From the mystery spot. Yes.
I think maybe it's a little further off, like it's like out in the woods nearby.
Yeah.
But it's like technically our attraction.
World's largest popcorn ball.
No, it would be like world's largest crab statue.
But I think mine is this looks a little like a lighter, like lavender, like translucent kind of like purple, and it's more like oblong shaped, like it's like bigger on one end, and then like tapers down, not to a point but to like another rounded end, I think is how mine would look.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our first time seeing one of these on screen,
Yeah,
because we haven't like transformed or anything. And then I think Erin like takes it and like pulls out her keys and like is like fighting with the keychain and like tries to use her other keys to like pull open the other keychain to like get the keychain in.
Oh no, not one of those.
And like just kind of like fights with it on, like fights to get it on, and Dallas, how can I help? Like, what? Like, give me something specific. Like, I know, like, it means a lot to me that like you're here, and I don't know what all this weird stuff is that's going on, but I want to help you.
Well, thanks, because I want to help you too. So, um, some bad shit may or may not be happening in the immediate future. Well, I know it's happening in the future, but I don't want it to happen. And I think that
How do you
if
know? What? Like, that's really alarming, actually. Like, what?
yeah, it is, isn't it? It is pretty alarming. I don't it's really hard to explain. Like I could sit here and tell you that I came back in time, but I already know how that sounds.
Yeah.
And I I'm trying my best to not freak everyone out. And I don't think it's working, but
No.
it's no, it's not. I know it.
Well, no. Okay. Sorry. I appreciate you trying. You're doing great. But um, the as soon as things start getting like weird or supernatural, I feel like we have to go to like the mystery spot, and like I don't like. Maybe you should stay away from there because like I don't know. Things are weird around here. Sure, like things have been changing, but I don't think it's some big supernatural mystery that we have to like be addressing. Like if you're in trouble, just give me a call. Like I will answer, or you can text me or like anything. Just shoot me a message and I'll be there for you. But all of this weird supernatural stuff, like it's I don't know. I don't know. But I want to help you, and I'll keep an eye out for the weird stuff, and I'll be supportive and I'll help you out. So
Okay.
let me know.
That's more than I could have asked for. Thank you. I okay. Well, step one. Small steps. Um yeah, sorry for the soda. I guess you don't need that. You're
Oh, just
exercising.
not right now. It'll mess up my stomach. I'll have it later. But if you want it back, like it's
No,
okay.
you keep it. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna probably like finish my popcorn. So
Um,
thanks for talking
okay,
to me.
um I'll be over there.
Thanks.
And like hold up my keys. Like thanks for the keychain. It's really nice.
No problem. Really.
And then Erin, I guess, goes back to practice. She'll take the soda, like put it in her bag, and go back to practicing.
All right. So
Sorry. So awkward. I'm so sorry.
No.
so I should have had you do this before acting it out, but that was so good. Let's have you roll to see how well that actually went as opposed to how well you feel that it went. So it sounded like that was almost a confess action on Dallas's part because you were kind of like talking about your feelings and kind of like letting your inner world kind of like vocalizing that and explaining how you felt to Stacy or to Erin, sorry. Do you feel like that's accurate?
Excuse me. Yes. I feel like that is accurate to some extent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to pull up, yeah, how many?
I would say that Erin would give Dallas the bonus dice here because Erin, like my promise is to protect Dallas from all harm, and so Erin like wants to be like in on this, and like
right.
it is really
so that was something that you enjoyed, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It was. Well, no, because
no, it was,
that's an actual
it was
thing.
So awkward, and it's a thing that like the act itself was like so awkward and so uncomfortable, and like Erin like feels really out of her element, like trying to be a team captain to her friends. But like it's something that she enjoys. She wants to like be there for people and like help people out and help
Right.
guide them and lead them through things.
So it's not necessarily enjoyable, but it's like something that you feel good about.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds like confess. It looks like you have at least 1 dot in confess. Yeah, because you can only have 1 dot. And so if you look at your like actual Roll20 character sheet, there's a roll macro down at the bottom left.
Yep. Can I click on it?
Yep.
And
Just click through position and effect because those don't matter. But you'll be rolling with 2 dice.
yeah. I hear it part of rolling digital dice. No extra value.
Nope. No extras. Unless you want to push yourself for this. Okay, so that went pretty all right, yeah. So that's Erin has 2 social links with Dallas.
All right.
So Erin puts that on her sheet.
Yeah, I will do that.
And just as a quick reminder, social links work kind of like strings in Monster Hearts, or for like a less referential vocabulary, they're like a kind of like social currency, like the bonds of friendship that you can expend during a mission to help each other out or do things to help you out by like calling on those good thoughts of your friends and helping buoy yourself up in that way, which is good. Oh no, Apple software update made an appearance on stream. That isn't what I wanted. I'm sorry.
No, not here.
No.
If Casey is really loud stream, I can bump his volume down a little bit.
Yeah, I can also like maybe move this away, like kind of like this, because this is a new headset, and typically like on my other thing, I have it like that,
Right.
like, as far away from my face as possible, because I'm a very loud person.
Okay. It was fine, actually fine earlier. The system compensated and it swallowed the noise rather than blowing out. Okay, that's good. Yeah, just let us know. All right, so that's pretty good. Erin, did you have a better idea of what you wanted to do now, or did you want to let Stacy go first?
I do have a good idea. So I think
Okay.
immediately following that, like after the conversation with Dallas, I think Erin is not necessarily going to like directly investigate. No, okay, it'll make more sense for me to do a long-term project now, because I came up with an idea for a long-term project like before we were doing that.
Okay.
And I think it would make sense for Erin to look into like trying to like claim an area for like claim like a practice area or like training area where we can kind of like sit and like hang out. Like I think mechanically it may be like claiming or laying claims.
Yeah,
to turf.
So you have your hideout, which is at the library. And if you look at the crew sheet, there is like, so the places mechanically that you can get are a lounge and kitchen, which allows you to spend a downtime action to add 1 XP to your overall Moe attribute. A practice room, spend downtime action to add 1 space to or 1 XP to Tsundere, or power source. So those are like your initial options. I would almost say, I know that this is a playtest and I wouldn't normally do that. I would almost say if there's one of those though that you like other than those, even if they're not linked, I would let you take that just so we can like test that particular element. So there's also a garden, which lets you clear 1 stress after rolling obligation. The vault is probably too advanced. Purification chamber +1 die to engagements for tier 1 mission. Workshop +1 die to all project roles that require tools or space. Containment area. Yeah. So
sorry, I think that it would make the most sense, like for Erin to look into like claiming some sort of practice room, because I think right now she thinks that would be a good place to like get team discipline and work together as a team to where we can physically like practice together, because she's still very much in that mindset of like physical practice leads to mental what I'm looking for, harmony, like where we work together and do things well together. And so I think maybe she's looking at like looking into like researching areas around nearby, or maybe even she knows a place already that like near the library that we can use. Like maybe there's like an alleyway nearby, and I think oh how about this, there's an alleyway some sort of like semi-open space near the library, and Erin is working on like setting that up like with some like smaller equipment and like things like that, where we have like I don't know, like dummies or like sports equipment and things like that, to where we can like all kind of like practice together and work through like drills or something. And so like I'm setting up basically an obstacle course in the alleyway behind the library.
Yeah, so maybe there was like a courtyard that abuts the alleyway, because it was like a wing that was never completed. So maybe there's a courtyard over there that has some open space.
Yeah.
Or it's supposed to be like a garden, or like there's like a cement pad there and maybe like some ground, not grass because they never laid sod. But that's there. So
yeah. So I think I'll like basically be building a training room.
Okay. So practice room in a courtyard near alley. Okay, so how that works is, that sounds like an 8-segment project clock. So let me go ahead and make one of those. Shoop. And let me make a nameplate. So practice room. And let me put the, so how would you go about making that? Would that be like a defy because you're like physically clearing weeds, or like would you take like maybe analyze and take stock of what's needed in that room or in that space?
I think to start off I would be analyzing, but maybe later on I would be defying or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I would start off with analyze.
All right. So go ahead and roll me analyze. Again, you can push yourself or take a dark bargain even during downtime to get more dice, but
what would be the dark bargain here?
I think just that like it takes longer and the darkness's clock advances. Yeah. So they have currently you have 4 ticks on your investigation clock. So it might be worth someone investigating at some point to move that tick up.
Yeah. That's what I was considering doing.
Yeah.
But
and the darkness currently has 0.
I like it, and I think it makes sense for the darkness to advance, because Erin like may like be like, oh, like some businessman will see me or something like that, or hear me like poking around. And I think it makes sense, like both in character, and I think it's more interesting out of character. So.
Yeah. Unless anyone else. So what happens with dark bargains? Dark bargains are like a negative consequence that can give you extra die, but they happen no matter what the outcome of the roll is. But anyone and everyone can offer potential dark bargains when someone wants to take them. So if you can think of a fun, awesome thing that could happen to the group, you are more than welcome to shout it out as a potential dark bargain. Because that's how this works. We because it's like, what's more interesting is the story. So, like complicating each other's lives is fun sometimes. So yeah. So I just want to give that forward. If there's ever anyone that has a good bad idea, feel free to shout it out. This is a space for that. So, oh, we can't hear you, Charlie.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
I said I love good bad ideas.
Yes. All right. So, so you want to take that dark bargain?
Yeah, I will definitely take that dark bargain. I was considering pushing myself, but then I looked at my stress and I decided against it.
Yeah. So how many dots do you have in analyze
I
normally?
have 0.
Okay. So that you'd be rolling with 1 this time then.
Yep. 3.
Unless someone's there to help you,
Oh,
which they could be. If someone wants to be there to help and you got a 3.
Yeah, I already rolled it. So,
Okay. Yeah. It sounds like no. It sounds like you just take this upon yourself.
yeah, at least to start. Maybe
Yeah.
I can convince somebody to help me later. But,
yeah. So that's 1 segment. So I think you figure out like what kind of equipment you need. Like there's probably a lot of weeds in that dirt. Maybe there's like some sharp objects that were left over from construction that you'll need to clear out. So there's a lot of like physical work that needs to be done before you can get started here.
Okay, cool.
So now I get to roll die. Exciting, because you let me do that. So I'm
Never
gonna
told me you would die ever.
I'm gonna roll a 1d6. Okay, so the darkness clock advances 2 segments.
Oh wow, on a
Wow,
1.
on a 1?
Yeah, 1 is bad. 6, the clock does not advance. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
so happy that you rolled a 1, but never mind.
1 for me is good.
Dang it.
Usually, like lower is better for me, higher is better for you in general. So they advanced 2 segments. Because I didn't want to like choose a random amount. I'd rather disclaim decision making on that and let the dice decide for me. Lucinati in chat says fortune roll. Yep, exactly. So like die rolls in the blade system that like don't have position or effect or like any other meaning. Like sometimes there can be just be fortune rolls that are like, how well do you do this thing, or do you do this thing? So that's what that was a fortune roll, and your fortune was not in your favor, I suppose.
Trust in the heart of the cards.
Yeah. All right. So now that that's done, Stacy, did you have an idea of what you wanted to do for your second downtime action?
I feel like I should probably recover some stress before we do like an actual thing.
Yeah, so I guess to make it clear, the only way you can recover stress, I believe, other than the mission being over, is spending social links.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 3, right? Or
Okay.
no, do I have to? Because I have 3 social links with Aaron.
Okay. Yeah, so that wouldn't even technically be a downtime action if you wanted to go ahead and expend the social link now. That would just be like another thing that you could do.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's so how downtime works is only the actions that are listed specifically as being downtime actions are the ones that you're limited to a specific number. Like you can do other actions, they just can't result in those. Like if you wanted to go talk to someone without the aim of it being a long-term project or investigating the darkness, you could go do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can the ones that you can take specifically as additional downtime actions are social link, helping a friend recover but nobody has any harm, investigate the darkness, or work on a long-term project.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm probably gonna go ahead and like recover stress. So do I just spend one of the social links, or do I spend?
So let me roll or read that. Sorry. So if you players may expend links one for the following effects. So you would expend one social link to recover stress. Roll one die per. So you get rid of that, and then you roll one die per remaining link with that player. So if you have 3 social links now.
Yes.
Okay, so you would spend one and then roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And then based on the result, that would indicate how much stress that you recover.
Okay. So, and there's not like a macro for that. I just do roll.
Yeah, 2d6.
And that spends 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 5, so you would recover 2 stress.
Okay. Cool.
So I guess if any of the rest of you have social links, you can do that as well. Before you take your next downtime action, though, I actually need to take a quick break. So if we want to take like a 5-minute break and then come back in a little bit to finish out downtime and start the mission, is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will see you at half an hour past approximately. See you then. Bye. Bye. Sorry, I had to let that soothing Vocaloid play out. How are you doing, Lucinati? Thank you, both Lucas and much earlier, but I didn't get a chance to say it on stream, Nath_Kai for subscribing. I really appreciate that. It's super awesome. Every little bit helps to me actually being able to extract my money from the monster that is Twitch. Hi! I love you, Twitch.
Don't anger the beast, Mikey.
I'm not gonna punch it. All right, so we are back to our third? No.
Third.
Second. We started at 9.
Oh, second. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, yes,
second hour of
Don't mind me.
Girl by Moonlight, a magical girl hack of Blades in the Dark, which is another role-playing system. I Quantum Bot, my lovely bot son, just put the information up in chat. So I'm not gonna give the whole spiel. But it is a magical girl. Based on the magical girl genre, we are in the middle of making friends and getting tchotchkes from the mystery spot. I may have to do a Grunkle Stan or my best impression. It might not be good, but I apologize in advance at some point with an NPC. I do love doing like the crutch, like the kind old man with a weird voice NPC. That's actually really good. So joining me are some friends. Charlie, I say as you take a sip of coffee.
Hello.
Casey, who's eating candy.
It's homemade caramel. It's
homemade caramel.
It's like a month old and it's like all powdery, but you know.
I mean, it sounds good. And Evan.
Hello, I'm not video.
Evan is actually being played by 40 under 40 media 30 under 30 media luminary Griffin McElroy.
No, you're right, Mikey. 40 under 40 is better because Griffin is 30. So
oh, right. So he declared himself a 40 under 40 instead of 30 under 30, because that's how that works, right? Like when you go from one age group to another, you just cash in your chips.
Yeah. They actually have 40 under 40, but Griffin doesn't want to be on that because it's less prestigious.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I'm
so.
aware. So yeah, we left off with I think Stacy. So you expended a social link. What does that look like? Like, do you actually like for Stacy to expend a social link? Like, what do you think about? I think like maybe like we have a moment of introspection for Stacy, and what does that look like? I guess.
Yeah, so I mean it's probably not much, maybe even like just in like writing down the things that happened that day, sort of like journaling, maybe it helps relieve that stress, just going back over at the diner with Aaron and Lacey. And I think that's kind of
Yeah, I like that. I have this scene in my head of like, because I feel like we see that a lot in anime actually, like someone of Stacy like writing down and hearing their voice and narration over it, and you know, like, dear diary, today I went to I had a good time at the diner, but it was kind of strange. Like it's like that introspective moment, like at the beginning of every Sailor Moon episode. Where she goes, hello, my name is Usagi Tsino, I'm a type A, blah, 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 blah. Yesterday I went with my friend to the beach. It was a lot of fun, but I got a boo-boo, and that wasn't cool. Also, we got attacked by monsters of darkness. That stinks. That's kind of like what I'm imagining, actually. It's like, we get like a recap of that.
Every time I journal, I write down my blood type.
And your star sign.
Yeah. I can't actually do that whole monologue. I used to know it when Charlie and I were watching. We watched rewatched like the first season of the original Sailor Moon, but not the dub, the sub, and like we watched that like a year ago, and
Mhm.
like I could recite the whole spiel for a little bit, and we would do it to each other sometimes, which is probably awful, but
We're bad people. I don't know what
Mhm.
you
I,
expect.
I still feel bad because I've never watched Sailor Moon. Like,
it's
It's okay.
yeah, it's
It's
okay.
okay. I hadn't watched it until last year, so we're all right.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like, you just at this point, it's like you just don't want to mention that you haven't watched it, but you also don't want to watch it. It's like, you're just afraid to mention it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if I have some time, we can have a anime party. Probably why Usagi turned into the bad
Right.
guy in the live action series. I think that's actually true. I haven't watched Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, or like it's styled differently, but I think Pretty Guardian is the live action. But yeah, I think Usagi does like has a bad moment in that show. Live action show is also weird and campy, and I really want to watch it for like other reasons. But maybe I feel like once it's all said and done, having like a wrap up / magical girl anime party with folks would be interesting.
Yeah.
If
I'm like, I've been tackling One Piece because I really like One Piece, but I've never like watched a lot of it. So I'm like 110 episodes in.
Oh
But,
man,
like,
long haul.
I only have like 700 to go. It's not that bad. Like literally 700.
Oh boy.
yeah.
But yeah, so Magical Girl anime.
Amine.
M&A.
I've only watched some of Madoka, and yeah.
Madoka is a good. If you're gonna watch one magical girl anime, I feel like that's pretty solid. So,
I watched a lot of the Persona anime series.
all I know about that is that they shout "Persona" just like that.
Yeah. I mean, I also played a lot of the games.
Yeah. I haven't actually played any myself. I've just watched people play them because I don't have a PlayStation. So
That's fair.
maybe someday. So you actually do have, getting back to the downtime actions, you do still have one downtime action left to do. So,
Mhm.
like I said, investigating the darkness might be helpful, or it might not. Maybe you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will do that because I don't have an idea for a long-term project. I can't social link with my playbook, and nobody's harmed. So.
Yeah, because you don't.
Didn't you get that move that lets you social link?
It lets me.
Did you get the one that lets you send gifts?
Yeah, I could send a gift. You can social link and help recovery by leaving anonymous gifts for your friends. When you do, you gain +1D. If you watch them receive the gift, you can ask them one question from their gather info list. So, yeah, I guess I
So
could
you could do that too. That's totally fair. Social links are also very good because that's what you can expend during a mission.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying like you have to do that or you should do that. I'm just saying like you can, So yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna investigate the darkness though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice.
So
how are you doing that?
I'm probably like the mall is obviously one area where the darkness is really prevalent or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you also have that. You also have Derek Brinkman, real estate developer.
You have his card. You have his card.
Like, so if you do tail him or go, snooping around, that would count as investigating too.
That is right. I did like ask questions about tailing him.
Yeah. So
I think I'm gonna do that.
Tail
Derek Brinkman.
So the questions I have, just to give a refresher. So he came in to get coffee, and he's a real estate developer who's looking to develop the library lot into luxury condos. And the questions you asked were, what do I see here despite an effort to conceal it? And I said, darkness is enacting its will through Derek. And you asked what might happen if I tail him. And I said, he might learn who you are and be able to recognize you. But you did get, you got his business card. Because it like fell out of his sheaf of papers as he was walking out.
Okay. I think I'm gonna tail him anyway.
Okay.
Even if he might be able to recognize me.
So like, we'll count that like social link as like a flashback to like the beginning of the episode when Stacy was journaling. So this, you are going to tail him out. So that almost sounds like, if you're tailing him, sounds like a conceal action. So conceal is, when you conceal, you hide your true intentions and feelings. You might pass unnoticed as just another mundane girl. You might choke down your feelings and lie to someone. So it's like doing anything sneaky.
Okay, yeah, I've got a dot in that.
Okay. And again, you can take a dark bargain or push yourself to get an additional die.
Would the dark bargain be like he definitely recognizes or notices me or whatever?
I think not, because that would defeat the purpose of succeeding on the roll.
Yeah. What would the dark bargain be?
I think unless someone else has one that they'd also like to offer, I think what the dark bargain might be is that you succeed, but you're not realizing what your surroundings are, and you might get into trouble in that way. Like, it might not be, you would attempt to follow him in, but he would lead you into somewhere that it would be difficult for you to escape from.
So that would be like, we get a worse engagement roll kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, I like that, like, narratively, but I'm not sure how that would work mechanically.
Yeah. I actually have an idea.
Sure.
What if he, like, would definitely recognize one of us, either Dallas or Aaron? Like, so that Stacy is concealed, but somehow, like, Stacy, like, calls for help, or like calls to have us like come somewhere nearby to where we can basically serve as a distraction.
Yeah, but you're not on a mission yet, so I'm just like, I mean, maybe the dark bargain would just be like, the darkness is like advancing their agenda through him, so you'd risk the darkness track increasing again.
Oh, so like Stacy can tail Derek, but like, if she chooses not to engage at all, like, if, like, no matter what he does, like, she can't engage.
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, it's not that so much as like, by like tailing him, it's, and not taking like a more direct action, it's still like he is an agent of the darkness or acting as one. So you know, like, he's by doing his thing, he's going to be increasing the darkness's agenda anyway. If that makes sense. Like, that would be my dark bargain. Is it basically, I just make a darkness advances roll, and then fictionally, you know, he's doing that. Like, that's their indirect, one of their indirect agendas right now, is to let him do his thing.
So, like, it would be like, because I tailed him instead of just getting to the mission, they were able to do more.
Yeah, basically.
I know.
So are you gonna take that one?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So that means you get 2 dice.
I'm like on the edge.
Okay, and then so with conceal and that, I get
in addition, you get a bonus die.
Okay, so I just roll 2d6, or I can just click on.
Yeah.
the macro.
Oh, you get an extra one because you're investigating the darkness.
Oh, right.
Yeah, anytime you
Oh, so
investigate,
you
an
get
extra die.
you get a 3 then?
3?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So, does the position matter?
No, position and effect don't matter for this one.
And 3 dice. Extras. No.
Okay, so that's I'm glad you had that third dice because otherwise that would have been a 1 or a 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I think what that looks like is you successfully tail him. And let me actually see. Let me roll my 1d6 before I narrate the action. Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
I'm rolling really well today, folks. So that's another 2 marks on the darkness that hunts us.
Oh boy.
So I think when you tail him, what you actually see is like you hear him say like he's late for a meeting, and you follow him, and he walks down down the road, because he was just like getting a coffee and walking back during his like lunch break or whatever. And I think he walks back to his like real estate office, which is like, you know, like business townhomes, like where they look like townhouses, but they're actually for like small businesses. I think his office is one of those. Like it's like this really manicured like brick, and there's like 3 or 5 of them in a row, and they're all like, one is a dentist's office because of course it is, and then, you know, there's probably like a yoga studio. And then one of them is this this real estate office. I think it's like Derek Brinkman and Associates. Because of course it is. Derek Brinkman and Associates LLC. And so he meets this group of people that's also like, I think one is dressed in like a polo shirt and khakis, looking like he just got off a golf course. And the other is in like a Hawaiian shirt and khakis. A very loud Hawaiian shirt. It's not like a good, like cute, like ironic Hawaiian shirt. It's a bad Hawaiian shirt. And so, I should change it back to the die roll. Sorry about that. So you can actually see that. So they follow him. So they talk a little bit, and you overhear them talking about like, I think one of them pulls out an iPad, and like I'm imagining like Stacy hiding in the bushes at this point, almost. I don't know if that's accurate.
Sounds right.
So you're like doing the Nancy Drew from the bushes. Let me move that up so stream can see it. And I think like one of them takes out an iPad and shows like the plans that they've made, and I think like of what it's gonna look like when the whole situation is done. Like they have like blueprints already drawn up, and they say all they have to do is convince the one member of the city council that is like holding out against them. And so I think Loud Hawaiian Shirt Man kind of like takes out a toothpick out of his pocket and puts it in his mouth, and he says, "I think I got this one. Don't you worry, Derek. I got your back, buddy," and like slaps Derek on the back. He's like a large, like meaty fellow. Like I'm picturing, if you've seen Breaking Bad, I'm picturing Hank from Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So this guy needs a name. I think what's a good, like, I can't even call him a fuckboy because like he's not. He's actually like not
a Jimmy Buffett boy.
James Buffett.
James.
This is the dark version of Sam from Burn Notice.
Kinda, yeah. I think so.
Oh, wow, that's a really good and apt description.
Yeah. I I think he's a Jimmy. I
Oh,
think
so
he
we
is
are
a
going-
Jimmy.
We are going with the Jimmy Butler.
Well, I was thinking of that because of Better Called Saul, actually.
Oh, okay.
Or he could be a Saul. I don't know. Like, what's a good name?
I think Jimmy is just fine.
Okay,
Like,
so
if that's what
he's Jimmy St. Ives. So
Did you get that from your St. Ives?
no. Maybe Jimmy St. Stevens. If you're gonna take umbrage to St. Ives, so he's loud Hawaiian shirt man with a dangerous look.
Jimothy.
God. So yeah, I think he's played by Bruce Campbell, actually.
Okay.
From Burn Notice, Bruce Campbell. I like that mental image better.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I like that
good.
better than Hank. So Jimmy, I think Derek looks like a little nervous actually, and he says, "You aren't gonna." And Jimmy just cuts him off and says, "Don't you worry, Derek. I got it. Don't worry your little head about it. You don't know anything, and it's better that way. Got it?" And he does like the as he like winks at him and then turns away. And Derek looks a little unsettled, but kind of like shrugs it off and walks back into his office. So I don't think it takes a genius to realize that that Jimmy's gonna try to fuck this city council member up. So yeah, that's bad and not great.
Not ideal, one
So
might say.
that's what you find out. Wait, you mean the guy from Fear and Loathing? Kind of, actually. You only die horribly to your shadow self once. Advance that track. So, alright. So that gives you... How many ticks on the... I think that gives you 2 ticks on the Investigate the Darkness track. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to find the heckin' thing. Someday I'll remember. Okay, yeah, 4, 5 is 2 links or segments. Okay, so that puts you at tier 2. Oh no, not Darkness That Haunts Us. That's the wrong one. That puts you at tier 2. So, and I think that's all of your downtime actions, unless you want.
Stacy gets questions, right?
Oh yeah, Stacy gets questions. What do you?
Right.
You get 2 questions.
What are my questions again? Okay. That's not mine. One second.
You've okay. Oh yeah, yours also like moved in a weird way.
Oh, my thing did?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's just like down at the bottom, so your Eclipse prompt is here. I'll fix it. I'll give you more space at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the one on the the Google Drive, anyways.
Okay.
It's easy, since it's easier to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I guess what is the purpose of what is the purpose of Jimmy be a good question, I guess. Is Jimmy going to kill the guy? Like what's...
I mean, I think that this is not an answer to the question. I'm just gonna say, like, I think it's very obvious that something bad is going to happen.
Fair.
Like, I don't think that that's something. Like, this is like,
okay.
You know, if this is like that
well-
scene in like Breaking Bad or whatever, where like it plays like ominous music.
Yeah.
I think that could also answer like what is typically Jimmy's purpose, like where is where is Jimmy
Ah,
standing?
okay.
What is he there for? Like, what is, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Like,
okay.
what's their relationship kind of thing, you know, like yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's a third party that the golf course man, who I now also need a name for, because they were talking, golf course man brought in. So what would be a name for golf course man?
Brett's a good one.
I was gonna say Don. I'll say Brett Klein. Brett Klein, actually, yeah. To help Derek, because he can only Derek handles the business side, but Jimmy handles the business side, as in taking care of, and so Brett is probably also pretty unsavory. Yeah, there's a dark underbelly to this town, apparently. So let me look at the Darkness's agenda really quick to remind myself.
I mean, it tracks. They're all like super ambitious.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about ambition. So I think maybe Brett used to be Brett was all well, okay. So Jimmy used to be actually probably a boatman. Maybe a ferry operator. But that business kind of fell through. So he had to find other ways of making a dollar. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
That's
why he's wearing the Hawaiian shirt.
Right. Right. So I think he's not he's relatively new. I think he left and came back. He left town and then came back recently. And he was not like he was before. He probably has a scar running from his upper cheek down to his nose, that he didn't have before.
Whoa, so he does look like a villain.
He looks like a rough boy. I don't know if villain is the appropriate term. He looks like Bruce Campbell in Burn Notice. And yeah. So
he had a rough time.
He had a rough time. He's had a rough time of it. And he's got some ambitions of his own. So, all right, what's your second question?
Where can I gain an edge? What about me seeing this meeting and them not knowing I'm there? What about that? What can I take advantage of with that?
Let's let me look at something. Actually, I think Brett Klein is actually Brett Rowe. And I think he's actually Aaron's uncle.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
good fucking job.
Just to...
And Brett is making a golf course, correct? Or wanting to make a golf course?
Yeah, I think he owns a golf course, actually.
Okay.
So Brett Rowe is Aaron's uncle and owns a golf course that's it's a little further away. He doesn't really live in town. But he's big shit in the immediate area. So like the fact that Aaron has that family connection, could help you there.
Okay.
Like to help you gain additional information, if that makes any sense.
Tri-state royalty, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Greenbrier Country Club.
Yeah, it's Greenbrier Country Club is good. I like it.
Man, country clubs.
Right?
I was
Man.
trying to get a job at a country club.
Heck. Yeah, so there's probably also the connection there is probably that Derek helped develop the homes that are on Brett's golf course. And so now they're bringing him in. So that like started as like a fairly normal business deal, and then the darkness attacked, and is now being insidious.
Darkness attacked. Yeah, I mean, it did.
Could help give additional info. Okay, because again, like this isn't I was like, I can make these totally unconnected. No, they're connected. Everything's connected. It's an anime, and nothing's really that subtle. So I think that's all of your downtime actions, unless you can't take an additional downtime action and risk the darkness clock increasing again. But that is up to you.
I do have one more because I get a bonus one.
Oh, right, you're unlikely hero.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a bonus one.
I was thinking about investigating the darkness, but I'm not sure how to go about that.
Right.
Because most of the things that I could think of were basically like mission prep investigations.
Right.
Because it's.
So, I mean, I guess the answer there is like, does Stacy tell Aaron about what happened? Like, hey, your uncle has a bad man with him, and they're doing
your
bad.
Might maybe hired a hitman for a city council member.
Yeah.
I actually really love the way this has actually gone.
Yeah. How about there's just like a family barbecue, and my uncle is like gonna be there, and I think I like invited like Dallas and Stacy, but I'm just kind of like if they want to come along. I don't know if they did come along, but or doing anything, but I'm just gonna be like, okay, this will be a gathering of people, and I have to go, and I'm just going to keep an eye out and make sure nothing weird happens.
Right.
Just like Dallas wanted me to, and so like I'm like half like
buddy,
following, like whatever, but like just more like wandering around because these are people that I actually know and people that like somewhat live in the area, but yeah, so I'll like look around, keep an eye out, kind of thing.
Okay, so that almost sounds like analyze.
I think so.
Okay.
Let me see if there's another one that might, because it's kind of like
the only other one I could think of is perceive, but so perceive is like the world as it presents itself. When you perceive, you see the world as it presents itself without judgment. You might observe someone and note their daily routine. You might see the beauty present in even the darkest and strangest corners of the world.
Okay.
On the other hand, analyze is you search beyond the surface presentation of the world and discover secrets.
So the difference between the two is that perceive is maybe about like people's like inner thoughts, like people's emotions, as opposed to like what people are hiding.
Or like perceive is like a perception roll in D&D.
Okay.
Like perceive is like, oh, this is a salad with tomatoes in it. That's really nice. And investigate, or analyze rather, is like, oh, this tomato is tomatoes are a fruit, and also this tomato has mold on it. That's not great.
If I'm being honest, I think I'm more perceiving than analyzing.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm like trying. I think like I'm exhausted and like I would rather like I have so many other things that I would rather be doing, but I still feel like I kind of have to be here, and so I'm just kind of like looking around and kind of like doing my duty on like checking out. So
Lucinati in chat points out that this is like You're All Magical Girls when Fargo happens. I haven't seen Fargo either, but I've heard so much about it at this point that I feel like I've watched it, and I feel like that's a good thing. Like this is a genre that I like anyway.
Mhm.
Like this is the weird. This is more like Magical Girls by way of Twin Peaks, honestly.
Peaks, yeah.
So, which is like not a conscious decision on my part, just kind of like what happened.
I mean, there are evil entities possessing people.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Charlie's never even seen it.
I've never even seen Twin Peaks. I just have a friend who really likes Twin Peaks.
I've seen the first episode, and that's it. So
yeah.
Same.
Sorry.
I saw. Yeah.
I mean, that's not really your fault, because like you haven't seen it. Like that's the thing that sucks is like if you haven't seen a thing but you've heard about it, you don't know what spoilers and what isn't.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I got nothing, guys.
There's bad things that happen in Twin Peaks. There.
And cherry pie. That's
and
all.
cherry pie.
That's basically
God.
what I know.
Charlie, we should actually watch Twin Peaks probably.
I tried like that was my thing, and I didn't know anything about it, but then I went in and I was like, wow, these are hour-long episodes and there are like 40 of them, and this is like a mystery, and so it's like slow. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's a slow burn, like dude, I'm bad at that.
Yeah. I don't know. We could watch
We could try.
Yeah.
We could try.
Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah.
So getting back to like the game. Okay. So that's a perceive. Do you have any dots in perceive?
No, I don't have any dots in analyze either, but I thought it was important to distinguish between which role.
Okay. So you're the unlikely hero.
Yes.
What's your magical girl ability? Okay, just darkness stuff. Okay. I mean, you could push yourself to give yourself an additional die here also.
I'm considering it. I'm also open to a dark bargain here too.
I feel like there's a good dark bargain here, but I can't think of one. Can anyone else think of how this family barbecue could go horribly wrong?
I mean, it's a family barbecue. Is it already gone wrong?
The only things I can think of are basically like you like strain your family relationships, which Aaron wouldn't do, or like you like the darkness figures out more about us, which I would take, but also it's like that's our third dark bargain in a row.
Yeah.
Kind of...
I mean, I don't mind pushing that darkness track, and especially considering like the abbreviated nature of this programming. But I think I do have one actually.
Okay.
Is right.
So I think your cousin, Mindy is there.
Oof.
And I think Mindy is like, she's been your, actually, hold on, let me go back. No, because your actual rival is Margaret. So I don't want to do that. So I think Mindy is not your rival per se, because that's a mechanical thing. But Mindy's like, do you have that cousin that's like, everything that you do, they do better, and they don't seem to have any flaws?
Okay.
So this is Mindy Rowe. So Mindy, I think is a, because you play baseball. I think Mindy does play soccer.
Okay.
And like she is also pre-med. And has like a 4.0 GPA.
Has she been possessed by the darkness, Mikey?
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll let fate decide on this one.
But she's like maybe like on the Olympic or on like the like national women's Olympic team or something like that.
Yeah,
for
like
soccer and
well, I think
yeah.
she's definitely like she's definitely I think she's preparing for the Olympic qualifiers, I think.
Okay.
Or she was, and then she dropped it cuz she decided to double major in chem. Like I have known this person, not in my family, but so she stopped preparing for the Olympics to double major in chem. And so like it's just like your parents never compared you to her, but everyone like I think you know what? I think she's Brett's daughter.
Okay.
Just cuz again, everything is connected. And everything, like all plot threads are together. Darkness equals SWATs confirmed. So I think, yeah, so like Brett is also that guy that like your dad, I think there's been conversations like throughout your life where your dad, Brett has just been like, oh, Aaron, what are you doing? Mindy did blah, 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 blah. And like it's always kind of like a shitty feeling, and I think every time like after one of these is wrapped up, your dad has kind of been, because I think Brett is also like he's the older son, like he's the oldest son, and like your dad's the younger son.
Mm-hmm.
And so your dad is also like just kind of put up with this his entire life, and so he's like, your dad's like, I think a pretty chill dude probably, and is like, it's okay, honey, don't let him get to you. But like he says that as much for you as he does for himself. You know, kind of like he's telling you, but he's also telling himself. But like it's never like, I don't know whether you let it bother you, but like
I think I've internalized a lot of that. Like especially if my dad's like such a chill dude that like I'm like, oh, like I don't want to like be I want to be what was her name again? Mindy?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be what Mindy is to Brett, but for my dad. And so like I internalized that whether my dad like was a factor or not. So
yeah, and
that's why I'm like such an overachiever.
Yeah, and I like that plays into your darkness too. Because your darkness is like you're not enough.
Yeah.
So that like, you know, that you know, when you are at your worst, like that is how you feel, because it's like, you know, like one of these. So Mindy is there, I think, is the dark bargain, and you take, if you take the dark bargain, you take a level 1 harm, embarrassed, or like what's another good like social penalty, like you're like, because she's like, you've been trying, there's something you've been trying really hard to do, and Mindy's like done it already.
Yeah. Let me see.
Like I'm trying to think of a
like
good
low morale.
Yeah. Like not
dejected.
maybe dejected. Yeah.
Dejected.
Yeah. So take the dark bargain would be take a level 1 harm, dejected.
Yeah, I like it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Do either one of you two want to help me, or like I assume would be like you one of you coming to the BBQ.
The BBQ.
Yeah.
I mean, there's food there. Dallas is hungry.
I'm okay.
It seems like something Stacy would say. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Thanks
We'll
for the
bring you
offer,
food
though.
after.
It's like, would you want to come? I don't eat. I don't know.
Yeah, no, a family barbecue seems so not Stacy's scene.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
like a family barbecue for a family that's not hers.
Yeah. No, you got that right. I'm there. I'm giving my awkward moral support.
Okay. Would you like help? Like, would you like take the stress to help me out on the roll?
It's 1 stress to help out.
How many stresses can I have, Mikey?
Let's see where you're at. So you had 5 from last time, right?
Rough.
3,
Yes.
4,
Buddy.
5. And I don't think you've taken any additional since then to help
I have
anyone.
not.
So you have
I think it's 9 total.
You have
Yeah.
9 total, so you have 4 stress boxes to fill before you're in Eclipse.
So maybe there.
Do
but
you have
not
any
helping.
social links? You don't have any social links of your
I don't
own.
think Dallas has any.
No.
I mean, that's also very true. No, I do it. I'll do it.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna
I'll do
mark.
it.
So Dallas takes 1 stress. So how do you help out? Do you like? There's a cornhole there. Do you play cornhole with some of the relatives?
It's so absurd. I love it.
It's a family barbecue. They probably rented out a park, actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's probably like a park pavilion. In fact, I'm gonna make a park right now to put a pavilion on.
It's a private park.
That doesn't even exist. Is a private park even a thing?
It's a private park. Oh my god.
Here, it's
I think they just call those courtyards. I don't know.
That's true.
no. You know what? It's probably it's probably at frickin' Brett's house on the fucking water.
Okay.
So he has like this is Brett's house on the water. He's got like a pier, probably.
It's his beach house specifically.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's got one on the golf course also.
Okay.
Because of course this fucking guy does. And so
I just
Rhett
saw that copy
Rose
paste of the text.
beach house. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Listen. Brett wrote. No, I got this. I think this is
Brett Rose Beach Bungalow.
no. No, I've got it. It's better.
Beach Road.
So that's where he lives. It's got one of those like really cheesy painted signs
Yeah, I was
in the
imagining
driveway. Like this is his
That. It
vacation.
looks like he came right off of Beachfront Park and Hunt.
Yeah. So yeah. So Dallas, are you gonna play cornrow with
Cornrow.
You know, I bet Jimmy's there too.
Oh Jesus.
He's got another similarly loud Hawaiian shirt. And he's got like a really big, really salty margarita in his hand as he's playing cornrow.
Cornhole. My
Cornhole!
cornrow?
Sorry, I'm looking. No, here it's called cornrow.
No.
No, it's
roll
not.
it. It's
No.
you roll it into the
No, it's
thing
called
instead
cornhole.
of throwing it.
It's called.
Okay.
I guess I'm being assaulted by having to play cornhole with these guys who've also forced me to probably drink a beer.
Yeah. And
Because-
and you like, especially if they're like major agents of the darkness, like you know them and hate them already, you know?
Oh yeah, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys, you don't need to do any investigation yourself to know that the Jimmy especially, I don't think Derek Brinkman, realty agent, is there. I think Jimmy St. Stevens is a close personal friend of Brett Rose. That, like, you know that, and I think like you flash forward to him. Like, what did we decided the darkness just looks like normal people. Like, there's no way to determine it unless like you use your magical senses.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you just see like God, what would that even look like in the dark future? Maybe he was the one that like you sent your dark self after you.
That could probably be it.
We get like a shot of Jimmy like talking to what we think is Dallas,
mm.
and then like Dallas like turns around and we see Dallas like sitting in like a cafe or something, like watching Dallas work at a cafe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I think so. It's not good.
It's fucking.
And like I think we also get scenes of like Jimmy being like almost fatherly to Dallas's dark self. Like he kind of took him in.
Mhm.
Ooh, that gave me chills.
Yeah. So I think like you flash back to that and then you flash forward again and he's like son, I think he you don't have a beer yet, but he sees you and he says, "Son, you look old enough. Here, take a beer. What's your pick your poison? Dark. We got a dark, we got a IPA, we got a lager, we got an amber ale. Do you know what any of those are? You're probably not. You're probably not as versed in brews as you should be. So here, why don't you take an IPA?"
Sure.
I'm sorry. Jimmy is definitely the kind of person that would do like mixed drinks. Like he has like margaritas. Like at his place.
Oh yeah, no, he's been
Like-
making margaritas. So
Yeah.
I think he sets yours down and has like a shaker. He's got like a stand like behind the cornhole where he's been mixing his own. So he goes shika 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 shika, and he's like here, it's perfect. I made it myself.
That's how you know. That's how you know. It's perfect.
Thanks.
With the Jimmy touch on it.
Yeah. I like that we just created evil Bruce Campbell by way of Jimmy Buffett. Because Jimmy is making margaritas. He's an island boy.
Oh, this turned out. Oh, and everything turned out better
I'm
than
clicking
expected.
roll before this gets worse.
Yeah, so take that assist die.
6.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you for making it worth it.
No, thank you.
So that is
Without your assist, I would have gotten a 2. So,
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
so thank you.
So that is what is a 6? What is a 6? 3
Segments.
links or segments.
Holy crap, we're almost to level 3.
You know what? I think just because I think it's interesting. Just because I think it's interesting, I might bump you up by 1 to give you access
Okay.
to everything.
We'll call it a secret crit.
Yeah, it's a
secret
secret crit. Just because like I don't know how long we're gonna be playing, so why the heck not?
Right.
I don't think you'll be striking at the heart of darkness yet, because you don't really know where that is. But
It's right here. It's in this margarita, Mikey.
maybe. This went really apeshit really fast. So
Yeah, we got like 5 investigation rolls in the first downtime.
yeah, it's fine. All right. So you were perceiving. So I think with a 6, God, like what could I tell you that you don't already know? Like, okay, no, I think I know what it is. Brett is Brett is so Mindy, you break away from Mindy eventually, like after being really dejected, to find like I think Jimmy excuses.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my.
Huh?
I'm gonna write down my harm before I forget about it. So.
Yeah. So like after Brett and Mindy just like totally annihilate you mentally. It's like that if you've watched anyone play Dream Daddy, there's like a mini game where you and another dad like fight over how good your kids are in this like weird Pokemon style battle. It's like that.
That sounds so bad.
Yeah.
And my dad is like not defending me like necessarily.
Like I think
like,
he's
"Oh, no,
trying.
she's
He
good."
just
Like,
can't. Like
Yeah.
if you've ever like it's a very like his like Brett was the one that picked on him a lot as a kid, and it's really hard for him to stand like because he's like the younger brother, and it's really hard for him to stand up to him when like I think what your dad does, I think he like operates the drive-in movie theater. like I think is what he does, which is like in any other family, like that would be like that would be a big deal. And like I'm sure actually like your grandpa is just like your dad, and he's like, I love all my boys equally or whatever. But I think it's like, I think Brett probably hates that, because like he never feels like he gets the recognition that he wants, and B, like it almost like is worse for your dad because it's like he knows that like his parents would be proud no matter what, but he's still Brett being an asshole. Like Brett is the fucking bad seed, right? So like your dad like tries, but it's just like it's all those years of like you know, kind of being like beaten down by that make it just really hard for him to do so. Cause like it's even when he tries, like I think Brett's like, oh come on, like we all know that's not true, or we know that Stacy tries, but sorry, that Aaron tries, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you just gotta take the breaks as they happen. And so like it's not a good, like your dad loves you very much and he's trying very hard, but also this is very hard for him too. And I think that's probably like part of what this harm comes from, is maybe it's not even like it's Mindy that bothers you. It's like your dad like feeling like he's not going to measure up, which is really sad. And like, cause your dad definitely, like your dad indirectly is being like affected by the darkness. Like he isn't infected by it, but you know, obviously Brett definitely is, and that's hard for him to try to fight. Like he's just a normal guy, and he's been fighting his entire life just to carve out a place for himself. So it's not even that he's not trying, it's that he can't try. Like it's really hard for him to try, which is probably
super real.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Well, and Brett is probably, because like maybe that's kind of like where I get a lot of my information, is that I notice like, hey, Brett is being a lot like meaner and like more hard hitting than like he usually is.
Yeah, like
this is out of the ordinary even for him.
Yeah, like he's being almost cruel, where like sometimes he's rude and sometimes like he makes your dad feel bad, not even like on purpose, but just by nature of being himself. But like he's being like cruel now, which is not like, there's no like, oh sorry, I didn't mean to be like that. Like whereas before he would have been like, oh I'm sorry, I was too rough on you, you know, let's go grab a beer, you know, well, we're brothers, right? Brothers stick together. And like, you know, because and that's how your dad is kind of able to make that family relationship work, because it's like, you know, even if Brett is sometimes a little bit too much, like he still loves your dad, but now he's like, there's not any of that emotion there as much. And he's just like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like he gives off the vibe that he doesn't need my dad at all.
Yeah.
Really.
No,
But,
absolutely.
Yeah. I want to point out, since you said my dad owns the Bluffview Drive-In, I added that there's also a you can watch it on boats as well, since it's up on near the water.
Oh,
So
it's a drive-in and a boat-in.
Oh, the
no,
boat
more
in?
specifically, it's a drive-in and row up. You can row
Oh!
on it. And so yeah.
I like that. Bluff City, or Bluffview, not Bluff City. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Bluffview, drive-in and row up. I like it.
Yeah, maybe they like rent out like those like paddle boats or like swan boats or something, and you can kind of like take those out and then just kind of like sit out on the
Sweet.
water.
I hope this man gets punched, Starview Valley style. Why did I say that? I meant punch out. There is a thing where you can deck a guy in Starview Valley, though. This conversation in chat. But yeah, so I think after all this, like, I think your dad like makes a reason to like, he's like, I better go check on that chicken. and like makes
Yeah.
an excuse to leave. And Brett's
Mhm.
like, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, come on, let's go grab some more bags of ice. And calls like Jimmy over to him, and so like they go off. So like maybe you like, it's like a moment of conflict because you're like, do I go console my dad or do I like go investigate to see what Jimmy's up to? Like Jimmy and
Mhm.
Brett are up to.
Yeah.
And
I think Erin would definitely go for her dad, but I think it's so conspicuous that um, she would like maybe. What if she like sends Stacy a text or something and is like, "Hey, Jimmy and my uncle are like being really weird,"
you
and
mean
that's like
Dallas?
no, Stacy,
Oh, okay.
because Stacy was the one that told us about like the like Jimmy's relationship and everything like that. But
Right.
yeah, right. But like I don't know. I think it's more of just like she texts Stacy because she doesn't necessarily think that they're gonna do anything about it, but just like as a hey, like that thing we were talking about like came up in my real life.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh, I think I know what happens. Maybe like you go to get your dad's like secret sauce
Mhm.
out of like the cooler to bring it to him for the chicken. So
Mhm.
like you kind of like could have that moment. Um like he has this like secret spice rub that he puts on the chicken or whatever.
Mhm.
And like as you go to grab that, you overhear like Jimmy and and uh
Brett.
Brett talking, and I think Jimmy says that kid, that tall silver-haired kid, I don't trust him. I met someone that just looks just like him, and I just don't gotta, you don't see two people that look just like the same like that. The one I know doesn't have silver hair, but still awfully suspicious. I think we gotta do some looking into him. I also don't think he's as young as he says he is. He's got the look in his eyes, you know. And I think Brett says, yeah. Well, you know, do whatever you feel like you need to do, Jimmy. I trust you. After what I heard about you did in the city, heck yeah, I'll trust you to take care of whatever needs to be done. And Jimmy goes, "Yeah, I knew working with you was good, Brett. I see, we're like brothers. We trust each other." And Brett goes, "Yeah. No, just go back and make your margaritas before anyone realizes you're gone. Besides, we got to keep an eye on things here."
I've dumped them all out.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's the conversation you overhear as you go to grab that spice.
Okay.
Like, because I think like you're probably like, there's probably a couple like, if this is their house and not a park, it's probably like on the, like, your stuff is in the kitchen, and they're probably like out on the patio or
Oh,
on the
okay.
deck. So
Like there's like an open window to like let some like air in.
right,
and- yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, now you get to ask me your questions.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of expected me to like stumble upon like somebody losing to their shadow selves or someone's shadow self. And so like as soon as never mind. Sorry. So
I mean, I think
wanna
the
give you-
answer is that. Well, go ahead and ask your questions, and let's see where that
Okay.
gets you.
Who here is feeling? Oh, okay. It makes sense for Erin to like be looking for like weird things going on, but more specifically, like the reason why she's investigating and looking around is like to look for people being weird and supernatural. So this is kind of who here is feeling supernatural is kind of a weird question. But do you understand what like I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like who here is feeling off?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, let me write something up really quick.
Basically, I'm kind of trying to get rid of that skepticism a little bit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brett is definitely like again, you've seen him be mean, but he's never been cruel. And he's definitely like he acts like almost like he doesn't love here. Like everything is anything that could be taken but like that before would have been said with love or kind of like some brotherly focus before is almost said with a sneer. And that's not something like he's kind of a bad seed, but he's never like he's still your grandpa's son and your uncle, and like he's not anymore.
He like plays it off like, oh, it's ribbing, you know, it's like brotherly fun.
Yeah,
you know, like
but he's
boys being boys.
Yeah, but like he's never been like super like shitty like this before. Jimmy saying that he knows someone that looks like Dallas, like that looks like he could be Dallas's twin, definitely is not great also.
I don't have any siblings, so
yeah, you know that like Dallas is a pretty unique looking individual because he's like, you know, like this unique sense of style with his like necklaces that he wears on top in like his weird Apple Watch, and his silver hair, and like so anyone saying that like they know someone that looks exactly like him but with black hair is strange. So that's off.
Okay. I'm gonna share a picture that I just looked for, in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Because it's like perfect.
All right. Let me do this so it doesn't load up into. Yep. That's him. That's him. That's him right now.
He looks like a toothpick, and he's
Yeah. I mean, it's just a toothpick because this is a kids anime and they don't smoke here.
Right. It was in the Japanese one. They had a cigarette, an actual cigarette, but then they edited it when they moved it over.
Yeah, when they did the dub, they photoshopped it into.
Sorry, I'm losing my shit because it's hilarious.
I mean, that's exactly what I was picturing, actually. Yeah. Like in terms of the dub thing.
There's like smoke, like that sometimes they poorly edited. Over
it's got like a weird like.
Over the thing. There's a weird like ghostly effect above the toothpick, like on the frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the answer is like Brett is cruel, and like Jimmy saying he knows Dallas's twin is super weird because Dallas has 0 siblings.
Okay. I mean, all these questions are so good, but I think the most obvious one, like the best one, is just what is most dangerous here.
Yeah, I
only get 2, right?
I was wondering. Yeah, you only get 2. Okay. I was wondering if you were gonna take that one.
Yep. Yeah. Ooh, no. I'm gonna play into my promise.
Okay.
So for Dallas, what are your character's unmet needs? Like, I think is like specifically on that. Can I do that?
Or... I'm not sure how to read that one, actually. That's a good... Okay. Let's read it that way, and let me make a note that one's unclear.
Okay.
So when I do eventually give feedback to Andrew, I can let them know that like that one doesn't... Like, I'm unsure how to read that one unless someone else can... Unless there's something obvious I'm missing.
The way that I see it is like blank, but specifically a person, like almost like a Mad Lib.
Right, because what I was thinking is what are your, like, the unlikely heroes' unmet needs, but, like, I don't...
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
What are my... Because, like, the one before it says, where can I find beauty here?
Oh, yeah, true. So, yeah,
So I think that's directed at a person. It's like a Pierce the Mask question.
yeah,
So I think like in this, like I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out like what's going on, but at the same time I'm doing it from a perspective of like I don't want anything to hurt Dallas kind of thing.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I still think like if it's gonna be like a Mad Libs, it should have a blank just
Mhm.
to interpret it a little better. But yeah.
yeah.
What are Dallas's?
If we want to do that, I can go with the dangerous question. But
No, that's fine. I actually like that. What are Dallas's unmet needs? I can answer and then I can have Charlie expand on it. I think is probably like the best thing, because I think the most obvious here is that like Dallas is telling you the truth and needs you to believe him. Probably.
Yeah, no, you nailed that right on
yeah.
the. Yeah, you nailed that.
Okay.
And also like Dallas needs to be protected, but wouldn't tell you that himself.
Okay.
Especially from this like weird other person that looks like Dallas. Like that's
Mhm.
very dangerous. And like there's something in that hits you, but like you're not quite sure what to do. Especially because that plays into your promise. So yeah.
I think I go like I still take the sauce to my dad, but I go, but I don't like stay to make sure that everything's okay. It's more of just like I hand it off, like kind of pat him on the back, like and do like a short conversation with him, and then I go and like check on Dallas and like, spend most of the rest of the time with Dallas.
I think
like, hovering around Dallas.
Yeah, I think it does pick your dad up a little bit, and he goes, "Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. Come here and give your father a hug," and like gives you like a big bear hug, and says, "I'm very proud of you. Never forget that, okay?"
Okay, thanks, Dad.
And he's like, he looks a little sad, but he gives you a smile, and it does make him feel better.
Yeah.
So.
And it cures the entire darkness of the whole community.
Oh God, I wish.
All right, we're done. We did it. Good job, everybody.
We did it. We won. Good job, everyone.
That's my chime in for the.
Yeah, Lucinati says, for the One Piece comparison, they're lollipops. Shh, lollipops. God, I forgot they did that for that one character. So yeah, I know that was a bit of a longer scene, but do we want to go ahead and
rewarding? It was good.
Yeah, it was good. And I mean, you teared up. So I guess before we get to the engagement roll, so you have all options for missions available to you. You can cleanse a person or location. You can face a creature of darkness. You can seek answers in a strange place. You can, I mean, like, I'm assuming I'm reading that right. Like, I'm assuming it doesn't take 10 ticks to get to tier 2. I'm not sure. But cleanse a person or location, face a creature of darkness, seek answers in a strange place, reclaim an object of power, or strike at the heart of darkness.
Well, I don't think I think Mikey mentioned it earlier. I don't think the last one makes sense because we don't really know the.
We don't really know,
darkness.
Yeah.
But I'm open for. I think all of this makes sense, honestly.
I mean, so, I guess technically, like, what the Heart of Darkness is right now is whatever's going on with Jimmy and Brett and this other person.
Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily know that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, we have an idea.
We know as players, but you as characters don't know.
Dallas knows.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. At least, like, I think it's not necessarily Brett that Dallas knows about, like, a whole bunch, because it's things had escalated so far that it was just like this one other person, you know?
Yeah.
But no, all of those are good things to do, except for, like, claiming an object of power doesn't make sense quite too much sense to me right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's
Mhm.
like I could make one for you to find, but it doesn't seem like that's what your characters are focused on. I think that would be alighting the fiction, like that would be against the fiction in a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'm leaning towards facing a creature of darkness the most, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
let's beat up Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I think that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. All right.
Bruce Campbell, where are you at?
Coming at you.
Okay, so that's the mission. So let me read mission stuff. The engagement role lets us. So missions are comprised of the following stages: engagement role, cut to action, complete your objectives, end of mission, and fallout. So the engagement role lets us cut straight to the action, the heart of whatever is interesting about a given mission. This one role will let us know how things are going and elides all the tedious setup, planning, and lead-in. So Blades isn't really like a lot of other games will be more than content to let you plan like a particular approach for like an hour. Blades is like you as players don't need to do that because your characters know how to do that better than you do. Like we're just gonna cut straight to it. Also, like we want to get to what's the most interesting, and talking for like 3 hours about how you're gonna pick a lock to steal some gold is not super interesting. Like it's something that people get really wrapped up in.
Especially like over planning or planning for details that aren't relevant.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when someone gets like really convinced that like a particular room is dangerous and has something important in it, and you as GM are just like, there's nothing here. I guess I need to make something now. You know, so that skips past all that. So the crew gets 1 die for hope and modifies that starting pool based on the following factors. Is this mission particularly heroic or noble? Take +1 die. I think so. So that's 2 dice. Does the mission's goal or methods reflect the darkness inside our characters? So just as a reminder, so Erin's darkness prompt is that she is weak and people would be better off with her out of the way, so I don't think so for that. Stacy's darkness is that you have to focus, you can't waste time with friends or feelings, that you have to focus on something real and tangible to pursue to the exclusion of all else. And Dallas's is that this changing fate is impossible. So I don't think so really here. I don't think it reflects the darkness inside our characters.
No, because if we if we're gonna beat the asshole up, then we're gonna also prevent him from doing whatever he was going to do to the city council.
Right, exactly. Is the darkness falling through on is the mission falling through on details from the crew's investigation? Take +1 die. Yes, so you're at 3 dice. Is the darkness well defended here, particularly strong against this? Take -1 die. I think so. This is an agent of darkness who's also like probably a murderer. So was a murderer before he was an agent of darkness. So I think so you're back at 2 dice.
Damn it.
Or he doesn't, I guess he doesn't murder. He beats people up off screen and they mysteriously disappear.
Not clear yet.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna destroy you. It's like it's not like murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because the 3 games I'm playing could not be tonally more different. Because yesterday's is like we don't kill people, we like want to like purify them again, and this one's like literally Twin Peaks but with magical things.
I'm gonna fuck that guy up. I don't want you to get it twisted.
Oh my god. Okay, so 1 die for hope, 1 die for heroic, or noble, maybe, except for fucking the guy up, but you know.
It's a noble cause, like it's justice, okay?
Other than like maybe killing Jimmy, like it's fine.
We're crusading his ass. It's worth it.
God, okay, 1 die. Okay, so 1 die for hope, 1 die for mission, minus, so you're at 2 die. Does this mission center around one of your friends? Take +1 die. I don't think that it does. I've done a really bad job at involving your friends and stuff thus far, and I'm sorry.
Okay, we all know they're there. They're in our hearts.
Yeah.
They never truly leave us.
Yes.
Who are your friends anyway? Okay.
Lacey.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just I know who they are. I'm just reminding myself.
We had Lacey. Lacey was good.
Yeah, Lacey was good. Tara was good. The problem is this is the first mission, so like I haven't had that much of a chance to like put them in danger. Okay. So no. Are your rivals or enemies working against you? I mean, your
Yes.
rivals are not, but these are your enemies.
Yes.
So that's so we went from 2 die then to 1 die. Which I think is fair, given that this is, you know, like this is like this is literally like your first mission as magical girls, and you're trying to take this person out. So I think 1 die is fair.
Okay. We may need to readdress that plan. When I said let's beat up Bruce Campbell, I think we are more. We think that we know that Bruce Campbell is going to do something against a city council member.
Ah.
And so I think I keep saying Bruce Campbell, but Jimmy is going to do something against a city council member, and so I think facing him is more about like stopping him from interfering with.
I agree. I agree, but you might have to like.
Okay, let's.
Aggressively.
Okay, if that's going to be your plan, if your plan is going to be to stop this person from hurting a city council member, that's better. I think that's better because you're facing him and stopping him. So let's
not an assassination.
Right.
You might need to tell Dallas that. You might need to remind him.
Well, I think like our plan is like, okay, we'll stop him, but we may not be like unified in the idea of how to stop him.
You're right, exactly.
Like,
okay.
Dallas is like, I have a gun. Like we can just shoot him. Like,
where did you get that gun?
Yeah.
This is so funny. Like you were talking about this, and like my friend Thomas is like reading a bunch of old Cable comics, and he keeps posting like pictures, and like this one that he just posted is like Cable with his gun firing and his eye flaring, and it's like hilariously timed.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it even fits my character, like the stranger, like not really being what's the right word? Being more logical than like normal emotional. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like he's going to do a bad thing. We need to stop him. Like, let's just kill him. Like that seems like
All right.
the simplest way to go about it.
All right. So
okay, so
1 die.
Aaron is maybe just not clued in on the murder part of it.
That sounds accurate. Okay, 1 die for hope. 1 die for heroic and noble. I think then though, it sounds like at least for Stacy, the mission's goal or methods do reflect the darkness inside our characters. So that's a -1 die, back to 1 die.
Do we get no die? Is that
That is an option.
Yeah.
Is the mission following through on details from the crew's investigation? Take +1 die. Is the darkness well defended here particularly strong against this? Take -1 die. Back to 1 die again. Does this mission center around one of your friends? Take +1 die. No. Are your rivals or enemies working against you? I mean, like, they're not working directly against you, so I don't think that -1 die applies there, actually.
No.
So that's 1 die still, I think.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So I think that's fair.
I want to be clear, I'm not bringing a handgun to this.
Is their magical artifact a handgun?
It's a magical gun.
I got a keychain. I got a gun.
No, I also have like something that looks like a one of those like tchotchke like what do you call them? Geodes that like someone would cut in half. It's like on a keychain, but it's actually like I would assume that none of our items will work together unless we use them together. So like Dallas is banking on taking this thing with him and then being able to use whatever it is.
Oh my god, perfect.
Like, so that may or may not be what happens, but he's gonna take his fucking rock, and if he has to, he's gonna be able to use it if he needs to.
Yeah. one thing that you can also do that so you can also take stress during a mission to flashback if that is ever something that feels like something that might happen, like to do an action roll or set something up in the past or whatever. Like that's kind of like Blades is like you do the thing and then if you need to have pre-planned it, you flash back. Okay, so unless there's anything else, Evan in chat is saying that lose a die because a guy might die. Are you arguing for 0 dice, Evan?
No, because you said it was playing to my
Darkness.
my.
Okay. Because I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I can
I was like-
subtract additional die for.
No,
Please,
you
no.
you already subtracted it. Okay. Like,
Okay, who wants
Double
to roll?
Jeopardy.
who
Can't
want-
get me twice.
Who wants to roll this one die?
Oh man, I'm real bad at this.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I think Casey
Yeah.
should do it.
Actually, I don't know how to do it. So someone else should do it.
Slash roll space 1d6.
Rolls 1d6. I did it.
Okay.
Oh,
5 is not
Nice.
bad. That's not bad. So we cut to the action. Based on the outcome of the engagement roll, we already know how the initial and less inconsequential or interesting stages of the mission have gone. Engagement roll outcomes function similarly to any other roll. 4 or 5 is a mixed result. You're in a risky position when the action starts. The plan is holding together just barely. The crew will need to take steps right now to hold things together. So I think we get like we cut like to a commercial break and then we come back and we get like a dun 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 dun, you know, like the suspenseful dun dun dun, like the suspenseful jazz. If anyone's listened,
the closed captioning would say suspenseful jazz music plays.
yeah, if anyone's listened to to Friends at the Table Marielda or Friends at the Table Bluff City, any of the like good noir jazz tunes that Jack DeKeat has written are very good for that. Actually, I can probably link the exact one that I'm thinking about in chat. Let's go to notquitereal.bandcamp.com.
Like the Valentina Fair one? That's what I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking of either Train Job or the new one for Bluff City. So, which is supposed to be up, I thought, on his Bandcamp, but it doesn't look like it is actually. But yeah, let me. I think it's Crosstown Job. I think this is what I'm thinking of. This sounds right. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to do like it's not. I don't think I would get a copyright strike from Jack's music, but I think it would be disingenuous, especially because it was used in an actual role-playing game. But yeah, so I think like we get that suspenseful jazz and we see like you like maybe like sneaking up to like the city council building after hours to like because you know, like you saw, I think Jack probably has like a beat up old Honda Civic, like a gray color with like some paint scratches.
You mean Jimmy?
Jimmy, sorry.
Whose name is now Jack.
No, his name is Jimmy.
Jimmy is going to get Jack. That's the...
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to be jacked. No, I said Jack because I'm like looking at the name Jack now. But yeah, so I think you see like his car like just for like a maximum atmosphere, I think it's like idling in like the alley behind or whatever, like he's left it to idle. No, it's probably parked. But he didn't park it in the parking lot like a normal person.
He left the lights on. He's like, this will only just be a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's also the city council member who
was at the office late.
Yeah, was at the office late. So let's give them a name. I think their name is
Before we actually get into this, do you mind if we take a quick break?
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a break now.
Okay.
All right, so we'll take like a
So sorry, folks.
Yeah, we'll leave you with that
Yeah,
that
I know.
image of like the car with the lights on, and cut to
Yeah.
actually a commercial break. So we'll be back. Like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. welcome back, everyone. We're gonna get right into it. In Girl by Moonlight here, and take care of some bad men, maybe. So we just got done with our engagement roll. So did pretty well on that. So that leaves us at a risky position when we start. So I think I did end up playing the music that I was thinking of during the break, if anyone noticed. So I think when we get back, we see like the car idling, like I said, or no, it's like got the lights on in the alley, and city council member. That was
Yep.
I almost want to say her name is Betsy. Like maybe like Betsy Reyes. That seems like a generic.
She seems like someone that would stand for good and not evil.
Yeah. She's like the last good person in this town, in like a position of power. So yeah, her car is there. She's working late. It's probably got like a "I honk for dogs" bumper sticker on it.
Oh man, this person really needs to be saved. Fucking Jesus.
Fun fact: Betsy Reyes did makeup for the John Wick movies.
Oh, that's who is this?
Betsy Reyes.
No, what? Who did they do? Who did she do makeup for? Sorry.
The John Wick movies.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
amazing.
I don't know why I googled the name after you said it, but I just did, and I was like, "Oh, she has an IMDb page."
Oh wow.
It's literally, I literally pulled a name out of my head.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Please, if you enjoyed that, go buy Jack's good music. It can be found here.
And please do not kill Jack, like Evan says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy.
Jimmy, because he's gonna take care of this person that says "I honk for dogs."
Yeah, that's like extra bad.
She's probably also got like a 13.1 bumper sticker on it, which means she's run a half marathon. I picture her as like a kind of like slim, athletic, like mid 40s woman with like kind of like a light caramel colored skin and probably like dark hair that's got some highlights in it. And so yeah, so you get there, and I imagine like the cluster of the three of you like in the darkness, like a Nancy Drew cover. Is what I'm picturing. You know, where you're all like leaning in on one side and there's like a bright light or something like that. So yeah, you show up, and I guess like you probably would have made your way into the building. I guess the question is, would you try to directly confront Jimmy, or would you try to get Betsy out of there first?
It's better if we make sure she's safe, because if she's there and we do something, she's still possibly collateral damage.
Right. So maybe
I think like just trying to get a meeting with her, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe I think I like it better actually if you're there before Jimmy and you don't know when he's gonna get there. So like you show up and maybe like knock on the door to like maybe she's at her office. Maybe she's not at the city council building. She's at her office late. Like she has like a you know, like a place where she works. Like another like little office, not one of those townhome places, but in like an office park.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like Betsy Reyes, like city councilwoman, is on the like the marquee.
Also probably like office parks are really secluded sometimes, so it's like perfect crime. No.
Yeah. So yeah, so like, do you? I guess like you could show up and like knock on the front door to her office. Um, is that what you do? Because like he's gonna go, or do you show up during the day, and like tell her what's up?
I think timing wise, and maybe like since it's a risky position, like maybe it is night. And,
Yeah.
I think so. So like we hear like a and she's like, what in the, and like comes to the door, and she shows up, and she's like, you know, she's got dark circles under her eyes, but she's you know, well made up. Otherwise, her like shoulder length hair is up in like a ponytail, and she's got like some like athletic wear. Like she probably came here to work on some paperwork after coming to the gym. She's got like some ink smudged on her like hand from where she's been writing, and actually like she's probably got a smudge on her cheek from like where she went to go wipe it off and like accidentally like wiped it all over. Like she went to go wipe something off and didn't realize that she had ink on her hand. And she goes, can I help you?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Are you busy? Are you busy right now?
A little.
Because I just wanted to tell you that we're some concerned citizens about who have some feelings about what may or may not be happening to the public library.
Isn't-
specifically the security situation. Oh wait, you don't have security posted.
No. Isn't this a school night? Isn't this past your curfew? Pretty sure I instated that curfew law.
We're adults.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to college. We're on winter break or summer break from college, so we're reasonable, responsible adults that are concerned
Adults.
about
You know what?
community safety.
I had a thought. We didn't have a last name for Tara. Is this Tara's mom?
Hold on.
Tara,
Why
I
are you
just
trying
have
to-
Tara Reyes. Or Tara, I don't have a last name.
Oh
Your
no!
friend.
I bet it is.
Yep. Okay.
Mikey, why you do this?
Because it's a small town and everyone's related or knows everyone
Yeah,
else's
no,
business.
You're good. That's good.
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is
that's good.
Tara's mom. So I think she goes.
Oh no, she knows who I am. Fuck me. Oh.
She's like, Dallas. I thought. What are you doing here late at night? Are these your friends?
Yes, and the library is very important.
Yes, it is. That's why I fought to keep it open, but you don't show at my office at. And she looks at her watch and she's like, 10 p.m.?
I'm a night owl. You know this.
All right, come in here.
10 p.m.'s the new 3 p.m.
Just get in here. And she like puts her hand. She like leans on the door frame and pushes it open and then walks in.
Great. We've installed ourselves.
Stacy says that as we're walking in, like 10 p.m.
Excellent.
We're in position.
Dallas, are you gonna introduce me to your friends?
Sure. This is Aaron and Emotions.
Aaron Rowe. I'll extend it.
Yes,
I don't know how to do this on the Aaron Rowe.
Of-
Make it 3D.
Of the Greenbrier Golf Course.
I'm not directly affiliated, but I am of the I don't know what school I go to. Of the
Let's call it.
I was team captain of the local baseball team.
Let's call it
a few years
Central Western University.
Central Western.
Good.
Of the CWU baseball team captain.
Oh, so you're and she like snaps. What did I name your dad again? I don't think I
Oh,
gave
we
you.
didn't name my dad.
We didn't name him.
All right, Joe. Are you Joe's kid?
Jerry actually.
Ah, Jerry, right.
But it's it's hard for people to keep my uncles straight from my dad. So you know,
Is Joe is out of character? Is Joe your
Joe's
middle?
another uncle.
Yeah, Joe's the middle child.
The
Um,
middleest child.
Man.
yeah. And then they got tired of naming them. Yeah.
I just got tired of naming them.
No, I was gonna say something and then I realized it didn't make sense. It wasn't canon. Oh, right, Jerry. Movie theater Jerry, right. And you? And she turns to Stacy.
Stacy Jones. Hi.
Okay.
She works at the library.
With me, yeah. That's how we know each other.
Right, of course. So you're here concerned about the library at 10 p.m.
I'm always concerned about the library, ma'am.
3 p.m. But anyway.
just tell me what you want. Like what why are you here?
It's a security matter. Like I'm like looking to like to Stacy and Dallas.
Yeah.
Like that's why we're actually
Security?
Yeah.
What security?
Exactly.
Well, exactly.
Did
right.
one of you get involved inside one of those pyramid schemes where they ask you to sell people things door to door and you have to sell them or else you're going to end up in debt? You know, I know all about Cutco knives. Is security in the new Cutco knives?
No.
That's not the point.
All
Definitely
right.
not. Definitely not.
Our theoretical involvement in a pyramid scheme is not the point. Stacy's right.
Then what is it? Just tell me. No, stop. No more of this beating around the bush.
I think if you stay here that you might be in trouble.
In trouble how?
Oh, sorry. Dallas has a tendency to like exaggerate situations and make them larger. I'm not sure, but basically, we believe that there may be someone that's trying to influence your vote on an upcoming. We don't. What's the vote again? What?
For the library to keep it open.
For the library, yes, of course. So maybe.
Oh, you're talking about Brett, or no? She wouldn't. Brett wouldn't deal with her directly. It would probably be the real estate agent. It would be Derek. Oh, you're talking about Derek. Derek's just a hassle. Trust me, he has no influence on my vote. I'm not that kind of politician. I believe in the library every bit as much as you kids do. And if that's your concern, then you can go home and rest easy. I promise. And she starts to like get up to like shuffle you out the door. If you're trying to, it does sound like you're trying to persuade her though.
Yes.
So maybe this is like an express action. So it sounds like you're all trying to persuade her, so it almost sounds like a group action. So the way group actions work in the Blade system is someone chooses to lead, and everyone rolls. So, and the leader takes 1 stress for everyone that rolls, but the highest number for the group is the one that is counted. So like it'll help if I give an example. So like if Casey leads and gets a 1 and Charlie gets 2, but Evan gets a 6, then the 6 is the one that is the result, but Casey would take 2 stress, or rather Aaron would take 2 stress.
Because 2 people failed.
Right, because 2 people failed.
Okay.
So does that sound fair? Because it sounds like you're all kind of trying to... Oh no, sorry. In this game, you take 2 stress for every member of the group that fails.
Oh, geez.
So that would be, you know...
Well, mechanically, none of us have express, but...
I mean, if someone wants to be the main person...
Yeah, I'll lead.
It can't be me. I will die.
Like if someone wants to, if you want to make this not a group action, but it definitely sounds like you're all trying to contribute to this convincing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Aaron, like, it makes sense for Aaron to like kind of try to be a leader, at least in the situation.
Yeah.
Of like directing us and like trying to make it not like because I'm trying to like have us express but not be bought in on this weird conspiracy theory
Yeah.
idea and like not present it this way. And so
Right.
that mechanically makes sense. why
Yeah, no, I
the
definitely agree.
express- Yeah, why I would take stress from like trying to fix that expression.
Because you're trying to like tell them, like you're trying to convey their weirdness into like words that normal people would understand.
Yes.
Isn't that your role too, as the leader? Oh
my
no,
role is
you're
the-
loyal knight.
the
Right.
knight. Yeah, loyal
Wait,
knight.
going to bat for people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so I think I'm trying to defend them against like perceptions that may be coming, kind
Right,
of thing.
okay.
And so like I'm standing up for them and being like, no, what they're saying is actually true, but they're just saying it in a weird way.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, everyone go ahead and make a confess roll with, I'm assuming, the 0 dice that everyone has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position and effect actually matter on this?
Yes. So it is, I think it's not desperate, sorry. I think it's risky standard.
Okay.
And then no dice.
Yeah.
And then it does. Okay. And I don't get any sort of bonus for leading or anything like that. It's just 0 dice.
Oh, sorry.
all around.
This is expressed. Yeah. Not
Okay.
if I said confess earlier, I was wrong.
I am going.
All right. That is 6 stress. None of you succeeded.
No.
If you hadn't been rolling with 0 dice, well, even if you'd been rolling with 1 dice and like one of you pushed yourself, you would have still failed.
So
God, that's really bad.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark. I only have 5 spaces left for stress. So I'm gonna go ahead and,
Oh, okay. So let's talk
Uh,
about what happens when you go into. So mark your 5th stress
oh, no.
box.
Has that happened?
yes.
Yes. All right. When you reach your stress maximum, you are in eclipse. Any amount of stress that exceeds your maximum causes you to roll for eclipse. See below. This includes situations in which the character reaches and exceeds their maximum at the same time, and any stress taken once the character is in eclipse. Anytime you take stress or harm while in eclipse, roll your lowest resistance. Let me look at your abilities.
I mean, I'm 1 over.
When rolling
So-
eclipse, you have roll plus 1 die. So roll your lowest resistance plus 1 die, because that's an ability that
Where's-
you have a crew ability, Last Light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
So I roll my lowest, which is 0, plus 1 die, which is 1. So I just
Correct.
roll 1.
And then you roll twice and keep the one you want. So you roll 1 die twice.
1 die twice.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that, because
Oh,
I think
hit 0. Oh, shit.
we'll resolve that before we resolve the. Okay, so roll again. I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna keep that result. Yeah. On it,
Yeah.
if the result is a 6, you hold on at the edge of darkness. So you are not in darkness yet.
But do I roll again because I went over another 1?
No.
Okay.
It's no, because you technically, once you hit eclipse, anything past that causes you to roll for eclipse. So you're good. All right.
Okay.
So you are not in darkness. You hold on at the edge, but you're very stressed out. All right. And you also failed to convince her. So let's roll. Let's see what happens on a risky position. So let me get that. Risky on a 1 through 3, things go badly. You suffer harm. A complication occurs. You end up in a desperate position. You lose this opportunity. What?
feel like the thing that makes sense the most is Jimmy showing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that or losing this opportunity. Like she shoves you out the door. But I think what actually makes sense is I think you hear like a car pulling up and rolling in, and you know, normally like I don't think she pays that any mind, but then it like you get she's got like blinds in her front window, like it's one of those like floor to ceiling windows that like offices have, and with the vertical blinds like right next to the door. And I think like you see headlights pull up, like, and I think you're in like an interior room. Like if this was a doctor's office it would be back, but she has like a reception area, and then her actual office is like a way back. And so I think like you see like the glare of lights over in the next room, like through the vertical blinds, and then like those stay on, and you hear like the car like kunk open and kunk shut, and you hear like a jostle because like she did lock the door behind you as this guy tries to pick the lock. So what do you do?
Not good.
I'm like flavorfully interested in how, like narratively interested in how we all completely messed that up.
Yeah, I
Like
think
that conversation.
no, I think what happens is so that all happens, and so I think like that's happening as she's like, no. So like we get like a side by side, right? We get like Jimmy. I almost called him Sam because that's his fucking character's name in Burn Notice. We get a side by side of Jimmy pulling up, and like you all, her being like, this is ridiculous. Why don't we talk about this? You know what? I'll pencil in with my calendar. We'll have lunch tomorrow at the Starbucks. I'll come by. We can all talk about it then. All right, when we're all rested and I am not I don't have a headache from working on this proposal paperwork all night. I think that's great. All right, come on, let's go. And she's like air shoving you out the door, and then we get the side by side of like Jimmy pulling up, and so like you end up in the front room as the lights are on, or as the car lights pull up, and then you hear him walk up and start picking the lock. And she's like,
"Oh Jesus! Oh boy!
What's
like,
that?"
No, he's here. I don't know why he's picking the lock if he's here to like discuss business with you, because that's a really weird thing to
That's
do.
not
So this is really
business.
suspicious.
Picking the lock isn't business.
He said it was gonna be business.
No, Miss Reyes, I need you to go in the farthest back room as possible.
Let's see. Let me go back. And so I think she's kind of paralyzed. She doesn't know what's going on, and she doesn't know what to do.
Oh boy.
Is she in between us and the door?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're in between the
Oh
door
no,
and her.
yeah, you are, because she's trying to like push you out.
Okay. Is there something hard that I can grab and just kind of like hold it up at the door, like waiting? I'm like,
there's a potted plant. There's a chair. There's probably a folded chair.
I'm gonna grab the chair.
I am fishing the stupid fucking rock out of my pocket.
All right, so are you just like battening down the hashes for when this guy comes in?
Yeah, we're gonna have
What
to.
are you doing, Stacey?
I'm gonna grab my rock.
Grab your rock. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like slide the chair into the door, like not like prop it up to where it'll actually do anything, because I don't think I would know how to do that. But I think I just like slide it into the door.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna start, because this is how I do for blades. I think I'm gonna start no, not 10 segments, I think is too much here. I'm gonna start 2 opposing 8-segment clocks. So
8 clocks.
Clocks, they're great. I love them. So one of these is one of these is for you, and one of these is for come on, make it not a drawing. One of these is for you, and one of these is for Jimmy. So save Betsy. Actually, let's make save Betsy like a 4 segment, I think. Nah. No, because there's like 2 objectives. So this is like stop Jimmy. Is for you all. So that'll be ticked whenever you succeed on an action roll. Is like a way of keeping track of progress in the mission. And this other one will be Jimmy's whenever you fail. And this is Jimmy succeeds. I can't think of like a good pun name for these clocks. I'm sorry. I had a really good get to the root of the problem in my game yesterday with vines taking over the bank. So unfortunately, I don't have anything here, but I do think there needs to be maybe like another 4 segment, which is like Jimmy
Betsy out.
Yeah, Jimmy captures or Jimmy hurts Betsy. Because I don't know what that's gonna look like yet, but I think that's definitely what he wants to have happen, like right here now.
Evan in chat says waste away in Margaritaville.
Oh my god, clacks are bad actually is also what Nate says. So I think that failure ticks like both the Jimmy hurts Betsy and the broader clock. Because I think Jimmy hurting Betsy is like half of his goal here.
Oh yeah. How, Mikey?
Or
if
maybe,
I want to try and transcend, how do I do that?
You just do it. So how transcendence works is you can transcend once per mission, and you get 6 action rolls on that transcendence. But once that is over, you can't transcend again for that mission. So like you just do it. Tell me what your transcendence looks like. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay. And then you are transcended.
Transcending sounds so like ethereal.
Yeah. So let me read out the full thing for you. Transcendence. In order to stand a chance against the various threats the characters face, they will need to transcend. Each PC can activate their transcendence once per mission. Describe your character's transformation. What do they look like as their true self? Once active, they receive all the associated bonuses and mechanics from the crew book and their playbook. You gain access to armor uses, special ability, transcended special abilities, blah, 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 blah. And you can perform superhuman or magical feats that might otherwise be impossible. Notably, while not transcended, the characters do not have the necessary effect level to match supernatural threats in the world. So it's probably a good plan since this guy's coming in. Yeah. So are you going to go ahead and transcend?
I'm going to hold on to this stupid rock and I'm going to
concentrate real hard.
Concentrate real hard because I have no idea what else to do because I've never been able to actually successfully use this thing.
All right, so what does Dallas look like when he transcends?
Okay, good question.
I just want to say, like, because we don't have too much time, I love the idea of us like ending on this ridiculous transformation sequence.
or no, I think what a good thing would be is to end on the like Dallas like concentrating on this rock.
Potentially.
That's also good.
As the door like busts open.
I agree. That is probably also a good place to end.
Yeah. So, is that
a little cliffhanger for y'all?
Is that okay with you, Evan?
Yeah.
We'll open on the transformation sequence.
Well, give me a second. I know what my weapon is. I know what it is.
Okay.
But everything else.
I really want mine to be a gun.
It can be whatever you want.
All right.
Whatever your heart desires.
All right.
My heart desires a gun.
That's very fair. All right. So, at the end of each mission, so this is crew XP. Mark for each item below, mark 1 XP. If an item occurred multiple times, mark 2 XP. Successfully carry out a mission from the crew's list. Not yet. Confront the oppression as established and comfort those who suffer. You know, I would almost say that
Ooh,
you
I did that.
for
I comforted someone who suffered.
who?
My dad.
Oh yeah. And I was gonna say also, I would say that that happened for Betsy as well. You know, or you tried at least.
Yeah. I don't know if we've fixed that yet. I think
Yeah.
that's an in progress.
I think so. The ultimate decider for how much XP you all feel is correct is you all. So I just make suggestions and you agree with me or not. But I think that's like 1 XP for that one.
I think so.
Because I don't know that the Betsy one really worked, or was really comforting her. Explore the nature of the darkness and redeem those who have fallen. I don't think you've done that yet.
Yeah.
Express the essential nature, origin, or destiny of the crew.
I think we're so close to that, but I don't know if we've earned that.
I don't. You've done
No.
a lot of snooping and sneaking around. But I don't. Yeah.
I think that's one of those that we're like I think we're like one little tip
Yeah,
away
because
from it.
what would you describe like the essential nature of your crew as, or of the group? Are you? I think it's like people that try to help out other people. Are you like particularly sneaky? Or are you more? Do you think like the core of it is like more action oriented?
I think it's more people helping people kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like sacrificing, because that's literally the opposite of the darkness, is like gaining through hurting people.
Right.
Whereas our thing is more like sacrificing to help people.
And so let me look at the tradition is and to help people change, maybe like change for the better, because that's like what's considered profane as well, and that's like what you all have
aside from just killing them.
Well, and also our listed there is our destiny, which is
so we eliminate the shadow selves. People succeed in keeping things the same but end up destroying themselves in the process. Or what happens when we win? Change isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a natural way of things. Show that people can have good lives without being selfish.
I think we maybe did that a little bit, like like vying for the library, and like maybe in like a little bit of like supporting my dad and stuff like that.
And you all had a good scene. You and Dallas came to you, and you had a good scene, and you had a good scene with Stacy where you're like relying on each other. So I think that's almost 2 XP there. Actually, if you agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I think like sometimes the action ends up getting so fraught in the end that we forget the little scenes that we did at the beginning. But like you had that really good scene with Dallas showing up and Stacy like journaling, and so all right, so I'll mark off 2 there. All right, so Aaron, no desperate rolls this time, not yet. You're getting there though.
Yeah. I'm in a pretty desperate position.
Wait,
yeah.
And now we gotta watch you too, because you can't
I can't stress
transform.
much.
So
Well, and also I can't like stress much more.
nope.
That's
I didn't mention it earlier, but I should have had reduced effect on my express roll because I felt like my dejectedness came in.
Oh yeah.
But it like my effect didn't come into play because we rolled terribly.
Yeah, it didn't matter. So no desperate rolls, but you addressed a challenge with compassion or honesty. I think
I did that.
Yeah, I think 2 XP for that almost.
I would say that because also in like the Betsy situation, like I go straight for them, just telling her what's up.
Yeah. So you expressed your beliefs, drives, role, or background. I think 2 XP for that. I think you did a good job of being the knight, but also being like the your speak from the heart and hope against all odds, for sure. So I think like another 2 XP for that.
I think so. Yeah.
You struggled with issues from your obligation. So your obligation is your day job. I don't think so much of that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, you played towards your promise or darkness. You definitely played towards your promise. You're not in eclipse yet. You're not actually in eclipse yet, or fall into darkness. So, but I think so your promises are Stacy needs guidance and motivation. I promise I will be their captain. Unlike me, Dallas came home when no one asked him to. I repay him by never letting anyone hurt him. I think you definitely did the Dallas thing. Actually, I don't know that you did the Stacy thing so much.
Yeah, I don't think that I did.
Yeah, so maybe
I think
just
more
1
in, like,
XP
a
for that.
general group, like scenario, I kind of tried to be a captain, but I don't think I.
Yeah, I think so. That I have 5 XP then for you.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay, all right.
So I'll throw that somewhere.
Yeah. You could throw 4 of it in Tsundere and get another dot and something.
I'm also just kind of trying to like make it make sense, like in terms of like what I don't feel like I learned to be a tsundere in this.
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
this session as much. But I'll think about it a little bit.
Okay, Stacy. You addressed a challenge with knowledge or subtlety. I think you did that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I tailed the guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's subtle. I don't know about knowledge, but subtlety definitely.
We kind of like planned through things a little bit, but I don't think that I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely subtlety.
Yeah. So maybe like 1 XP for that.
Yeah.
You expressed your beliefs drives role or background. So your role is the advisor, bookish and quiet. I think that in like an individual sense. But your kind of like beliefs or drives rather are evaluate at a distance and see through it all. So I definitely think you did that a lot. You had your journal, which is like a very distant like interpersonal thing, and then you also like snooped on people. So I would see 2 XP for that.
Yeah. And Stacey like give us advice and like let us know what was going on and stuff. So.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah.
You struggled with issues from your obligation. Again, I don't think as that came up as much this session. You played towards your promise or darkness. So your promises are, let me find them.
Teach Aaron and shut down the Starbucks for Dallas. Were
Okay.
my 2 promises. So I didn't play towards either of those.
Yeah.
My darkness. I mean, I would argue that like I did play towards the darkness somewhat, because we lost a die on the engagement roll, because I was going into it with like, yeah, let's just kill him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think even though you weren't in darkness, I think that that almost fits for you. Yeah.
And we'll definitely have a lot more opportunities for that one coming out.
Yeah.
It didn't come out and play anywhere else other than the engagement roll, but I feel like
Yeah.
instead of the engagement roll.
And it, you know, if the promises feel like they're not like something that is actually working out in play, like it's totally fine to talk about those and change them too. Like if it's just like, because they evolve as your characters evolve, and like maybe you have a better understanding of who Stacy is now. So that's something we can talk about like maybe offline and bring back at the beginning of next session. So that's 4 XP that I have for you, plus the 2 that you had from before.
Yep.
All right. And Dallas. Again, no desperate rolls. You addressed a challenge with prophecy or revelation. I would say 1 for that, because of like the flashback that you had to Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it happened more than once.
No.
Oh, the other thing for you, Casey, is I totally forgot that when we were doing that barbecue scene, you also like let me go back to you actually, because you checked in with Dallas. Oh yeah, that's still, you didn't do anything for Stacy, so okay. Sorry, I just had a note that
No,
I just saw.
you're fine.
All right. So you expressed your beliefs drives roller background. So your role is the forgotten child. You shirked the responsibility of a magical destiny until it was too late, and had items that you brought back from the future. So I definitely think you
I
kind
gave
of
it. I got.
yeah,
I
you
got-
did.
Yeah.
And then your drives are journey through time and struggle against fate. I think that's definitely happening. So I feel like 2 XP for that.
That's constantly happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You struggled with issues from your obligation. Not that much this session. You played towards your promise or darkness, which is I'm gonna help Erin unlock the full potential of her power. I'm gonna help Stacy build a community in the library again. I think the first one definitely.
Yes.
So maybe 1 XP for that.
Although we are here talking about the library.
You are. That's true.
Mhm.
So okay, I'll hear if you feel like that's 2.
I feel like that's 2.
Okay, so that's 5 XP that I have for you in total.
Yeah.
Did you use your XP from last session? Or did you mark it? Well, thankfully for you, you had 2 XP from last session, so now you have 7.
I'm putting it in my sheet so I remember to put it places.
Okay. Yeah.
You can almost get anything.
Yeah. Not quite a playbook advance yet, I don't think, because I think that's 8, but you can definitely
that's
get
at 8.
another dot. You can get a dot in Defy, so you can, like, fight people better.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, probably. Because right now, you're not going to be able to do that super well.
And then you would have 1 left over after that.
Yeah. Wait, what did you put? Let me look at, what's your actual character sheet? Because I don't think you...
I don't think I've done anything.
Oh,
with
you
it.
had 1 in Conceal and 1 in Analyze. Yeah, so you have no Defy. Which, given that Dallas is, like, gearing up for a bruising,
Yeah. I
might
should
be
put
helpful.
that there.
Yeah, I think so.
So I just put 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have 1 XP left over.
Okay. Yeah, I need to kick this guy's ass.
Did you get a crew advance last time?
No, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
Okay. How much crew XP did you get last time?
I don't think we got any.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You should have gotten at least 1, I feel like. Maybe, yeah, I don't have any written down, but it doesn't matter because it takes 8 anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe next time. I'm gonna mark 1 down though because I feel like you should have had 1 from last time.
I think
Or
so.
no, you did have 1 from last time, and then I marked 2 this time because you got the comfort those who suffer
Mhm.
and the essential nature of the crew.
Yeah.
Because I don't think either of those you did more than once, really.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you had 1 from last time for the essential nature. Okay, so that's XP. Did anyone have anything else they wanted to say before we wrap things up?
Good session, everyone.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, had
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It was enjoyable.
Fun to end on a cliffhanger. Makes us more excited for next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I'll hopefully have a picture of Dallas's transcendence when we come back.
Yeah. Thanks, Gargoame, for joining us. Feel free to catch the VOD. My VODs are like free to watch. So that'll be up on this channel. So that's been Girl by Moonlight, everyone. Join us again next week. Will our daring heroes be able to defeat Jimmy Buffett, aka Jimmy St. Stevens,
aka Bruce Campbell.
aka Bruce Campbell? Will everyone be able to make it out okay? Will Betsy save the library, or will she be subjected to a cruel fate? Find out next time on Better Stars, Free the Love from Our Hearts.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone, so much. Once again, my name is Mikey, aka Quantum Dot, aka Quantum Dot on Twitter. I stream here a little bit. I stream this on Sundays and another Girl by Moonlight series on Wednesdays. And we'll be doing our last episode of that actually on Wednesday. I also do like various video game streams and game development streams from time to time because I'm working on my own Blades hack, Style and Spades, which is like based on like Saints Row 2 with some elements of like Payday and Quentin Tarantino and different stuff. So that's me. Evan, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at its_Guns and Blazes. I haven't been doing much lately, but hopefully I'm going to be streaming soon. We'll see. Maybe a few weeks to a few months. But that's the best place to follow me if you want to get updates on that, and also on Twitch. It's my username on Twitch is just Guns and Blazes. And if you follow me there, you can get updates when I finally do go live.
Yeah. You should post your good breads and stuff on Twitter more too. I know it's
I don't really post food stuff on Twitter. I mostly post it in
Snapchat
and Discord.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only places I put out my food stuff.
Food content.
Yep.
Maybe if you get on the short list for Evan's Snapchat.
Yeah, there's a waiting list.
It's not even that I like don't know how Snapchat works because I used to snap a lot more than I do now. It's just like I don't have time to do like 50 different things. So like
yeah.
It stinks, but I'm glad you post on Discord.
I use Snapchat a lot, but I generally post everything I make in Adam's Discord.
Yeah.
So if you're in there, you'll probably see it.
Yep.
In there, my username is just Adam.
Yeah. Casey, where can people find you?
I am an actual dinosaur on Twitter. The actual @ is @CaseyCrook. And I am an actual dinosaur also on Discord and Instagram. And I'm Friendly Truffle on Twitch, where I just kind of like don't put out my own content necessarily as much as lurk around on other people's content and
make really good jokes.
Mostly retweet stuff. But yeah.
You make really good jokes on Twitch.
I mean,
I appreciate them. I appreciate them.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mostly hang around the Waypoint and Nate's area. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And Charlie, where can people find you other than ducking out this very minute to go take a shower?
I am Genetic Ghost on Twitter, and I am also Genetic Ghost on Twitch. I don't stream because I can't. And that's it. Follow for some hot X-Men takes, as well as just whatever comes to mind. I'm working on a comic project, which should hopefully be started or start being posted sometime beginning of September, sometime in that month. Follow, like, and subscribe.
All right.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button.
Depress that like button. Yeah, so that's been us, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Please, if you haven't already, consider following this channel or perhaps even being kind enough to subscribe. I don't like push that a whole lot because I don't want to force that on people. But I really appreciate your follows. That means a lot to me. So yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day and hope it's very magical.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
All right, friends. I